If fighting was a god, I would worship him. I would bow to him. I would pray for victory. For he only grants opportunities. But behind every god lurks a devil. And the devil wants me to take a dive. My name is Annatomic. And this is how my legend was made.
When footsteps fall in eldritch hollows, and spectres flee into the shadows, that is the time when horror's heroes abound, culling the ghouls that go bump in the night. When footsteps fall in eldritch hollows, and spectres flee into the shadows, that is the time when horror's heroes abound, culling the ghouls that go bump in the night.
Eight bells and all is well, everybody, from the heart of Lovecraft country and the birthplace of American religious liberty. My name is SHANTH ENJETI. You're watching SHANTH ENJETI Art. And I couldn't help but notice all you folks waiting as I was to see what was going on with Post Kangs. And so I thought we'd kill some time. I'd make it a little bit easier on the evening. And I hope you guys are doing well. And thank you guys so much for turning out for Comicsgate Kings. We're going to be celebrating Black Riding Hood smash hit release of the sequel, Black Riding Hood 2. So if you guys have not, I'm sure most of you guys have backed it, but if you haven't seen this book, if you haven't checked it out yet, do. It is my most anticipated book, and I can't tell you how excited I am. Hey, what's up, Emerald Avenger? How are you doing? Super chat of $2. Shanth swoops in to save the night. Well, I figured as I was getting the stream ready, I go, Shane's going to fire up a stream, or John's going to fire up a stream, and I went, just fire up a stream. When they do, you guys let me know, and then you guys head on over there. But until then, I just thought I'd entertain you guys to the extent that I can and keep you guys company. Say hello, hello, hello. We could talk a little bit about Black Riding Hood. My desk is a mess of painting, but I hope all of you guys. By the way, I forgot to. I'm forgetting my manners. A $2 super chat. When you super chat here, by the way, you're gonna get a cheerleader. You might get 2 rounds of cheerleaders. So here you go. Thank you for the super chat. Let's get some cheerleaders up in this bitch. Charge! Charge! There you go. And I was just asked if I'm able to increase my mic's gain, and I believe I can. Oh, yeah, definitely. It was way down. How's this? Let me know if this is any better, guys. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, guys. So Black Riding Hood 2, I'm unbelievably excited about this book. Look at this desk. Look at this disgrace of a desk. Just covered with paint. It had Cheeto dust on it earlier. I apologize, guys. I hope all of you guys are excited and having a good evening tonight after that stream. Oh my gosh, another super chat from Glass Machine, my man. It is great to see you swoop. Swoop indeed, like an arthritic man with a walker. I swooped down and took things over, but, you know, cheerleaders, right? Charge! Charge! Yeah, we got to get some cheerleaders happening. If you know this place and you know the drill, that's how it goes. Thank you, Glass Machine, again. And yeah, I don't know if Malin fell asleep. I think he's getting his second wind. I think he's ready to come out there and make it happen. 109%. Yeah, here we are. Caleb Reynolds is here. It's great to see you, Caleb. It's great to see everybody in the chat. I hope you guys had a fun time with the art auction. Working on all kinds of cool stuff. For those of you guys who don't know and missed the trailer, Nosfero is closing for good. The books are locked on October 31st. I thought it would be fitting since it's, you know, very much a Halloween book. And it's very much a spooky book. Let me see if I can find... Oh my god, I have so many books out right now. It's diabolical. I'm going to start an avalanche here. But actually, before I even take a look and show you guys what's going on with Nosfero, this is what we're going to be looking at tomorrow night on John's stream. So do make sure you guys check this out. If you're not a channel member over on this on John's channel, or this channel for that matter, make sure you check this out. You guys are going to enjoy the stream. This book is going to be a blast. It's illustrated by Bernie Wrightson, based on Stephen King's Creep Show, a George Romero film, and I am really looking forward to it. So yeah, great stuff. I love Bernie Wrightson's work. It's I don't know, there's just something really playful about it when he does this more cartoony, fast style, and I dig it. I really dig it because horror comics are my thing. And then for those of you guys who missed this and haven't heard about this, oh my god, look at how much paint and stuff I have on my desk here. Tomb of Dracula is going to be something that John is showing to his members on that stream following Creep Show. I don't know what issues we're going to do, but if you haven't checked it out and you haven't seen it, guys, for those of you who might not know, I am a massive, massive Blade fan. I even have a video I edited that was not on my YouTube channel, but I edited it just so I have it. I'll try to find the link for it at some point and share it with you guys, of a guy interviewing Gene Colan about the creation of Blade. So this book that we're going to be talking about on John's members-only stream, so if you're, again, make sure you are a channel member on John's channel. Mods, if you could put the link in the description, as well as for Black Riding Hood 2. This isn't all... This is going to... We'll talk about Springball and Nosfero too, but this is a bit of a John celebration. This is the comic book right here that what do you call it? That Todd McFarlane said if he had to be on a desert island and he could only have one comic book with him, and he demanded an omnibus be included. He said this book right here is what he would want because everything about Spawn, you could even see some of the layout things that he was inspired by when you look at this book. Although it is, I mean, this is just classic work. You know what? I see a lot more McFarlaneisms every time I look at this book. If you have seen Todd's early stuff, you know what I'm talking about. It's fantastic stuff. But for me, to see the character of Blade, I mean, gosh, the Psycho House. Look at this stuff. This is just gothic excellence. But this has, of course, the first appearance of Blade. And you have to just understand, when I saw Gene Colan talking about the creation of Blade, I was like, this is outstanding. This is just a great character. This is outstanding to see his first appearance in these comics. I absolutely love this stuff. Hail channel member Alpha Channel. It is great to see. Let me say hi to my channel members real quick and see who we've got in the house. I know we have, I saw one, at least one or two. Where are we, guys? There we are. Jeremy Burtz. There you go. It's great to see you, Jeremy Burtz. Thank you so much, and thanks again for those super chats. Did I miss any other channel members? Let me just double check, because I know this is loud. Oh, Skeleton Core Comics, hail to you, channel member. And I think I got all of you guys, so thank you so much for your support, guys. So this is, to me, I've been in that kind of mode lately. Gene Colan, what a legend, man. I've been in that mode lately where I've been going back and looking at a lot of old stuff. Speaking of channel members, they will appear if you mention them by name. Aviator Surge is here. What's up, Aviator Surge? Man, there's so much cool stuff I got to tell you. I wish I could tell you about here, but having to do with aviation and my son's current studies and work in engineering, but couldn't be more proud of that kid. And so glad that he is as passionate about that kind of thing that we're also passionate about. I remember showing him World War I aviation documentaries and getting him into the FE-2B and the DH-2 and the early pusher aircrafts, and having him watch the Wright brothers documentaries and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, aviation is big in our house in terms of things that inspire us. But this, to me, is the stuff of legend, and this is where horror comics started to come into Marvel and come into that particular area of the mainstream. Now, that is not to say that my heart doesn't still belong. Hail Grifter, how are you doing, brother, man? Good to see you, boss. Let me see here. And Mikey is here. It's good to see you, Mikey. Awesome One is here. Good to see you, Awesome One. Who else have I got? There's a bunch of people I'm not saying hello to. Glass Machine, it's great to see you. Slacker, 23, it's good to see you. Let me see. Mortal V, of course. My man dropping Black Riding Hood in the chat. And Springball and Nosfero, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, Mortal V. Caleb Reynolds, and did I miss anybody else? Of course, Jeremy Burtz. And a man called Plush, my man. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you all. And what is up, Gingerside Moose, man? That's a tragic title, but I know what you refer to. It's scary stuff. And sir, I can never get this right. There's too many vowels. Lister of Smack. I can't. I'm sorry. If you give me one of those capital in between the words, I could do it. I know I could. It's the of that throws me because I want to say Listero. Guys, while I'm still looking at this for John, I'm still looking at this so I can pick this up for John because I found one at a really good price on eBay, and that was the last one I could find. But I'm a big fan of EC Comics and Wally Wood, the great Wally Wood. And that's the stuff that inspired me. So when I was sitting down and I was thinking of what I wanted to use to inspire Nosfero, there was one other thing that I did want to have inspire Nosfero the Crypt Walker, and that is, of course, the Hammer Horror Beauties. So I don't know if any of you guys are fans of Hammer Horror, and of course, the great Madeline Smith, and many others. I don't even know how many pages of this book I could show you guys. But yes, the Hammer Beauties definitely inspired the stuff I'm doing. Oh my goodness. You know, there's all sorts of exciting things in the world of Hammer Horror. So if you've not familiarized yourself with it, my God, get to it. But all of that stuff, the diaphanous nightgowns and stuff, are in Nosfero the Crypt Walker. So this right here is what I'm doing to kind of pay my homage to Lovecraft, which I'm obsessed with H.P. Lovecraft. Oh, you can't get this book in your country. Grifter, I am so sorry, man. I am so sorry. What country are you in? Like, I thought I got some of them out there, but we're going to have to figure that one out. Oh, the gamma's adjusted. So, God, sorry about that, guys. The gamma was way off there, so it was making the camera a little bit tougher to read. But there you have your diaphanous. Argentina. I want to add Argentina just for you, Grifter. Grifter, remind me to do that at the end of this stream, okay? I'm going to get that done for you. I feel like we're too close for that to be the case. You've been a Crypt Walker, you've been a channel member, you've done all of this, you know, supporting me and everything like that. It just feels wrong. You've never heard of Hammer Horror. What is it? Oh my goodness gracious. God bless you, Aviator Surge, for asking that question. So, Hammer horror movies were, of course, the great period in British horror movies where a small group of people, when they laxed the censorship and all of that kind of stuff, and Technicolor came in, they said, what if we take the horror genre and we bring it to life in beautiful color? And of course, this is where we saw, you know, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing and Terence Fisher and Jack Asher's color lighting, all of these incredible talents come together. And they had a gift for doing that kind of beautiful, lurid pulp balance of sexy, beautiful women, scantily clad, if not nude by the time you got to the 70s, and then bringing that kind of beautiful Technicolor gothic life to it. And it's so great. My Ninja Beowulf is... What? Is hidden from my chat? How is that the case? You're kidding. Sorry, this alarms me. He should not be hidden from the chat. Hang on a second. Sorry to stop, but I can't have that on my conscience here. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can... You guys want to watch a senior citizen doing his thing? This is it for you. You're going to watch it happen. He is... What the heck? Viewer posts. Let me see. Where do I go to figure this stuff out? Analytics. Oh my god. This is going to be embarrassing for everyone involved. Ah, here we go. Community moderation, community demographics. Okay. Because that doesn't sound like he is... Are you sure? How is that possible? I mean, I have more moderators than... Like, what? Beowulf is... He is not... I don't see his name. Did someone go on, like, what is happening? Beowulf? I do not see Beowulf here, unless... I'm just, like, trying to read. How... Did someone ban him? This does not make any sense. Huh. I do not see him as banned unless he's got another name, but that doesn't make a bit of sense. All right, we got to figure this one out here. So give me some help on this. Like, how do I find him? What is up? Yes. Dan Lawless, my man, is here. Yeah, Gene Dracula, 100%. He's saying it in John's chat. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to go over to John's chat and see if I can figure out what is going on. There's nobody... Crap. Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. That's driving me nuts. We can't leave somebody behind here. Okay, Beowulf. It's a glitch in YouTube. It happens to mods? What? Oh, man. That's really annoying. Okay. That doesn't make sense why he would be blocked. Is there another way he can get there? Hold on a second. That makes absolutely no sense. Hold on a second. Let me just double check something, because he is a mod. I'm pretty sure he's a mod, isn't he? Nope. Don't see him. Don't see him here. Don't see him here. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to add him again as a mod. And let's see if that works, guys. Sorry if this is not exciting, but I just can't... No matches. Okay, there. It just came through. Save. Okay, I just added him as a mod. Let me know if he's able to come back in here. And we're gonna get through this, guys. That makes no sense. But yes, we were just looking at Gene Colan. There we go. Thank God. I don't know what happened there. Beowulf, you're with us now. What is up, William Wellborn? How are you doing? It is good to see you. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Let me see. Who am I missing? I like Beowulf. I don't see him. That is really strange. Mods post a lot of links, so YouTube flags their accounts as spammers? What? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. I won't have it. Beowulf, you're a mod now. You don't have to take that garbage around this place. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Not on my watch. So yeah, guys, so Hammer Horror Movies, they figured out how to do low-budget movies with really fun sets, elevated the careers of some of the most incredible actors you will ever see at the beautiful, beautiful Bray Studios. And the women, the Hammer Beauties, were as much a part of it as that beautiful horror lighting that we know so well. No, Mortal V, that sounds like a really, really good theory. I'm not kidding. That sounds great. So when I started doing this book, I go, well, there's a couple of things I want to do when I come into Comicsgate. I want to have beautiful diaphanous nightgowns. I'm a big Frazetta fan. And by the way, Nosfero, the link is in the description under Black Riding Hood, because that's what I want to make sure we're promoting. An incredible introduction by my wife. God bless her. Well, let me know if Arashima can't get in here either. Like, I'd love to take care of that too. And I said, I just want to have this beautiful hand-painted sexiness and really bring that Lovecraft, that passion I have for H.P. Lovecraft into these books. And so this is your typical spread. These are 8.5 by 11 books done in the tradition of horror, magazines and books like what you see with Creepy and Eerie, Famous Monsters and all of that kind of stuff. But it just seemed to me that we could have some real fun and some real sexiness. And I can't show you all the pages, but there are some um, examples, quite a few examples of nudity as we get later into the book, all tastefully done and all female. But that was the thing I wanted to do because in Comicsgate we can do that. We can do that here. And I am so grateful that not only did this book's campaign, the first campaign fund, but I'm now doing an art-only edition, which is just going to be the art for this book. And it's going to be beautiful. So you're going to have it without the words, or if you get the oxidized edition, it's going to have a beautiful new cover on it with a few lettering fixes that I wanted to do. This is the new cover right here. And I just wanted to do something special for it. And all the bonus features in each edition, whether it's book the first printing, the oxidized edition or second printing, or the art edition, every bonus section. So in the back of my books, if I can do this without spoiling it, I've been doing this since I did my art books. There's always behind the scenes features that show how I put these things together. And this right here is where I put the stuff together and where I make this stuff, come alive. And this was me basically trying to write the story, make sure I didn't miss a page there, and then do the layout. So this gives you a look at all of the layouts I do in paint and pen. And there are new ones in here. In the next two books as well. But this is where the story happens. This is where I figure things out. I guess you can get a sense of what's happening here. Um, yeah, it's so crazy. Yes, Shanth is deconstructing his comic. The pulp edition is just going to be white pages. It's just going to be the paper. What's up, Amoral Fat 40 ounce? How are you doing? Yay, flawless Dan Lawless is always here. He is the man. Where's Dan? I can't see Dan. Ovi, really? I love the addition to Bosch's art. Yes, man, Bosch crushed it tonight. That was such a great piece. I love his spring ball. It is God, man, that guy, he is such a true blue comic book artist, and I had such a fun time doing his trailer for Pigman. And as a thank you for me doing a trailer for him for Pigman, he actually gifted me a beautiful spring ball drawing, and it was wonderful. And I could not be happier to get to know this guy. Comicsgate is just fantastic. All right, a little bit of nudity there I can't show, but here's one of my favorite things in the book because this is influenced, of course, by American Werewolf in London, which is my favorite book or favorite movie, werewolf movie. It's so good. It's not my favorite movie, but it's definitely my favorite werewolf movie. It's not even close, and I'm a massive Lon Chaney Jr. werewolf fan, massive. But here was my favorite thing. This character's name is Greylock, but I had to give him like that's his nickname, and you find out why in Nosfero. But I had to give him a real name, and of course, I decided to give him this name right there. in honor of the first man over the wall. And I mean, it's crazy to think when I did this as a nod to Comicsgate and John being the first man over the wall. Um, I had no idea what was to come with his advocacy saying you should go back and do Springball, you should do something with this. And I had no idea that he was going to be such a champion of the book and my work. And so if I can do anything to just rant, even if it doesn't move the needle as much as I really want to, Black Riding Hood 2, guys, I can tell you a million reasons why Black Riding 2 is my most anticipated book, period. One, it is a straight up Comicsgate book. It's the kind of thing we used to be able to do in comics. It's the kind of thing that is beautiful. It's in my genre. It's my favorite genre. And as you guys saw, Wally Wood and EC Comics is something I'm a fan of. The other aspect of it is that the late great Jason Pearson, who I had the honor of meeting when I was interning as a kid in Gaijin Studios and visiting down there, his artwork had this kind of verve and sort of balls to the wall, punch you in the face aesthetic to it. And when Jason, I still can't believe Jason Pearson's not with us anymore. I honest to God, I still sometimes I just see body bags or Savage Dragon Blood and Guts, and I'm like, is Jason really gone? Like I just don't know why I can't I still can't believe that. And but there was this life that was in his stuff that I see in John's work, and I saw it for the first time really in Black Riding Hood, which by the way, I thought I backed it, and I had to get that on Amazon way back for 95 bucks on eBay, because it was, I had to have that book, had to have it. And now that I know that this is a book, this is happening. When John posted the first teaser image for Black Riding Hood, I was like, this is it. This is the book that I need to this is the book I've been waiting for. And I know John keeps his cards close to his chest, but before it launched, he was kind enough to show some of that stuff. Um, oh yeah, man, it's gonna be so good. Simply Green, I love hearing that, man. I love hearing that, man. Oh, that's so great. Malin have to add a hoodie to the campaign. Indeed, Grifter. Yes, indeed. Shanth Enjeti art. Nobody has the balls to do Anne Frankenstein's monster. Let me see. Yeah, no one does, but I think John will get to it. There's still time to back Shane Davis's Annatomic at 9livescomics.com. Annatomic, welcome to the arena. It's always important to remember that in addition, you're also going to be getting a supplemental available, I believe, with that's going to have a story. So not only is there a main story by Anthony Gonzalez Clark, but you've also got a beautiful Aaron Alfecci story with some of the finest scripting I think Shane Davis has ever done. Do not miss it. Nine Lives Comics, to me, is the cutting edge of seeing what the possibilities are. Backing that book, the Nine Lives Comics website, the program that they have for referrals and rewarding referrals is incredible. And it's just it still amazes me every single day that what Shane and Yanzi are able to do and what they're doing in terms of just putting out incredible product. So yes, do check out Annatomic. Welcome to the arena. What's up, Jordan Horse? How are you doing? Yo, this the John Malin. Yes, this is absolutely the John Malin waiting room. That's what we're doing. He really should get on that. Yeah, it's there's so much cool stuff going on, guys, and Black Riding Hood is a big part of what I kind of hoped Comicsgate was going to be. And I still cannot believe, by the way, Beowulf, that they didn't allow you to be in here. That's annoying to me. I don't think, until we got that sorted out. So let me just see if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this because I'm incredibly, I don't know, I'm incredibly unable to do these things. Let me see. Let's see here. Does this work? Okay, that didn't work. That's a camera. Let me see here. Am I even in the right window? Source overlays. This is gonna be terrible, and I apologize in advance for how terrible this is. God bless you all for being here. Make sure you smash the like if you have not done so yet. That is an important thing. And let me see here. Okay, I think I might be able to pull this off. Let's just see. Let's just see what happens. Overlays. Let's do a screen share overlay. Is that going to work? Do I have to allow it? Try to allow it. Oh, there you go. Now I just got to set this for, yeah, on Boomerang is putting it very, very mildly. Let's do Google Chrome. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at our kid go. And then we're going to grab that. We're going to say okay to that. And then let me make this a better scale here, guys. Let's get, yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with cat grease. Look at that. All right, guys. So here we have it. So John Malin's Black Riding Hood 2, although it feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. 48 pages. Count them. Right there, written and illustrated by John Malin. Letters by Eric Weathers. Colors by Jason Wright. Mature audiences, folks. Mature audiences. Black Riding Hood #1, which of course was published as a part of CG Arena, all caps comics, Ethan Van Sciver. Make sure you do check out CyberFrog 3. Red Extermination. I did do some kind of logo stuff for that. I don't remember what it is, but I think it's in the trailer, which played before this stream. Do check it out, and make sure you check it out. Did John die? Or you never know. Doc, I almost read that. You know I love you, but that was close. Let me see. I think it was a misprint, unless he is expanding the first book. Well, no, I think he means it's going to be included, I think, but I could be wrong. Or it's a misprint, one or the other. Or was he saying, no, sorry, Black Riding Hood 2, written and illustrated by John Malin, mature audiences. There you go. Yeah, maybe that was a misprint. Guys, let me just say this. Kyle Ritter just did an amazing job with the colors on this. I'm trying to freaking fix this window. There we go. He did an amazing job with the colors on this. Just incredible, man. And I love it. I love this because it has that very gothic cemetery graveyard. Hail, what's up, Redsky the Great? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. So this is the book we're talking about right here. Black Riding Hood 2, guys. Make sure you check this stuff out. And the cool thing is, I just realized this, but look at this stuff, guys. There is called the Shane Davis Limited Black Riding Hood White Gilt #2 cover. There it is. So this is the White Gilt edition cover by Shane Davis. We know, you know him, you love him. You've got to support him. That's how it goes. And here is the Ethan Van Sciver cover. It's going to come with Ethan on the cover, which is great. It's still in progress. Ethan has a vision. He has an idea for it. This right here is the 24-hour cover, which you can no longer get. I backed it. I made sure I had it. 70K stretch goal. We need to update there. That has been unlocked. All backers are receiving a trading card, but the 90K stretch goal, which is locked, all backers receive a Black Riding Hood print by Corey Barton. There you guys go. And if we get to 100, and I don't know why this would happen. If we get to 150K stretch goal, I mean, I think it's going to happen, but I don't know why this would happen. You get Die Hard as a Christmas movie sweater that John Malin apparently has to wear, and until he just, you know, I think expires, leaves this mortal coil. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, but Black Riding Hood 2, guys, it is here. Back it. It is awesome. And I cannot wait for everybody to see this book. Shanth doesn't emphasize the word black like John does. I'm going to work on it. It would be interesting to see if that cover was just Ethan's face. Yep, 90K stretch goal is the best one. I am definitely excited for Corey Barton's cover. That would be awesome. Our trading card. Let me see what else we have here. Oh, yeah, let me take a look at... let me show you guys... let me see. Where's Nosfero? Because Nosfero is closing for print October 31st, Halloween. I'm going to be closing that thing down, and definitely give it a look. See if I can get it there. There we go. Nosfero, the Crypt Walker, the art and second edition. I really got to update that with the new cover image, but you can see it right here in the trailer. So if you have not backed it yet, the link is in the description, and make sure you scroll down there, mods, put it in the chat. You have the option of getting the art edition of this book, which is going to have its own cover that I actually lettered. I hand-painted the Nosfero word, not the Crypt Walker part, on the actual painting of the cover. So you will get to see that hand lettering in paint when you back the art edition, and then it's just the raw artwork right there, guys. The paintings for you to enjoy. 8.5 by 11 on heavy stock art paper. I have an art book printer that I use for this, printed in the United States. There are some outstanding perks here. There's a Nosfero art edition right there. There's the Nosfero second edition. There is, if I can get to it, the Nosfero second edition plus print. There is the art edition right there, both signed with the art print. And then there is the art edition plus the second edition right there, which is always worth grabbing. But these are going to be great. The Nosfero first edition, for any of you guys who missed it, I still have, what is that? Someone do the math for me here. 76 of those left, I think it is. So if you missed the first edition, you can get it there. And of course, there is the art edition with an interior head sketch. And then there is the art edition with painted head sketch. And you just pick your monster, pick your poison, pick a character from Nosfero, and I will do that painting for you. And of course, the Crypt treasure trove, which is insane. 4 interior ink head sketches, only 10 of these available. Right there, 7 out of 10 claimed. It is going to be a massive, massive thing. And so one of those is left, and it's the only place you're going to be able to get my second art book. So do check that out, guys. But yes, Black Riding Hood 2 is what we are celebrating, man. That is what it's about. And hail Bosch. Is Bosch in the chat? What's up? Bosch, that was an absolutely incredible piece, man. That was awesome tonight, man. Your spring ball is killer. Absolutely killer, brother. I loved it. Absolutely loved it, man. Yeah, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. So yeah, my wife got me, got me a t-shirt that was the Nakatomi Plaza Christmas party shirt, which I love. I love that shirt because Die Hard is one of my favorite movies of all time. Just some really great acting, some really great back and forth. And it's really, really good stuff. Yeah, I mean, that was a great piece. That was a great piece. Yeah, Beowulf, thank you, man. I think so too. Everything I was seeing was just fantastic. You know, I think John's Scarecrow was really good. I loved the way that he approached Scarecrow. It was just a great character. And it's just, yeah, Bosch absolutely crushed it. He earned that victory 100%, man. So yeah, do not miss out on Nosfero because I'm not going to be doing, I don't print more than I need to print. There's like a little extra in case anything gets damaged. But of course, my friend, of course, yep, I just watched Die Hard last weekend. Yeah, great movie. John McTiernan, if I'm getting that right. Hopefully I'm getting the director's name right. I'm not that out of it. But he just did an incredible job with the cinematography, with everything they did on that movie. The matte paintings of the Nakatomi building, the fake rooftop that they built. But then there was just, you've got a very, very young, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name, Alan Rickman, as Hans Gruber in that, who I remember watching him as a kid and thinking he was so much older. And now I'm like, how old was he? Like 30? He was so great in that, man. Such a great, yeah, McTiernan killed it. Absolutely killed it. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of movies lately, of course, because I'm a huge, if you don't know, if you're new round here, I am a big time movie fanatic. So let me turn off this screen share. We're going to get back. We're going to get back to the 22, says Serious Cat. 22 of what? I'm missing it, but I love that icon, Serious Cat. 22 indeed. Just let me know what 22 is, so I'm not completely out of it. Shane, is the Marvin the paranoid android? Is that right? From Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the Alan Rickman version. There you go. So my wife saw that. Hey, what about my art on Kings? You didn't mention how great it was. Daniel, Mr. Dan Lawless, you know how great I think your art is. Your artwork is awesome. Period. End of story. I'm what we call a Dan fan. And I just have to tell you, though, I'm very uncomfortable with all of the weird parallels in our life. Like, that is, I was telling somebody about that the other day. I go, Dan lived in the same neighborhood I lived in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, and delivered mail, like newspapers to my house. And then we met decades later here in Comicsgate. There's so many of those things. When he told me that in the chat, I thought he was kidding. Yeah, Mr. C's Pizza, and there's, oh my god, man, it's crazy, man. Oh my gosh, yes, man, the Die Hard commentary. Yeah, I could talk about that movie all day. It is such a great flick, man. It is, yeah, Dan isn't stalking me. God is trying to, like, make all of us in Comicsgate get together. That's it. Andy Smith did the cover on my first professional job when I was 17. That was Threshers. Shane Davis bought that comic book in a BP gas station, probably when he was, I want to say 15, because he's like 2 years younger than me. It's crazy. Yeah, I think they call those God winks. They 100% do. But, you know, one of the things about it is, in terms of my love of monsters and my love of all of the various things we do here, is if you look at my desk, and let me give a brief, or not even a brief, a quick, promotion to Graham Nolan's 30 Days of Horror Movies. He's invited me to come on there to talk about movies if I have, a movie I want to talk about. But we are big time monster kids, as you can probably tell. I've got King Kong, Frankenstein, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, my monster posters over here, not to mention the ones that are behind me. But this is the stuff I live and I love about being Comicsgate. So many monster kids, so many monster fans. It just makes everything better. I mean, the only thing that makes things better than that, of course, is Madeline Smith. Nope, you're not going to get to see more than that. But make sure you do check out Graham's channel. I'm sure most of you guys are subscribed. But Graham Nolan is just a monster kid in the truest fashion. And we both agree that Aaron Lopresti is wrong about Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein and the Wolfman. We love Aaron. I'm going to see him tomorrow on John's stream. But yeah, just incredible stuff, man. Just it's a great time to be in Comicsgate. It's a great time to be in comics. Whatever craziness is going on, yeah, Dan's a legend and a great teacher. I couldn't agree more. Listen, I taught professionally for 18 years. So I was a college visual arts professor for 18 years. And there's no, when I say that I think Dan's a great teacher, I mean, that comes from experience. I was able to lecture. I lectured at Microsoft Games. I lectured at Warner Brothers Games, which was Turbine when I went there. Lectured at MIT. Let's see, where else did I go? Hasbro. Gosh, tons of different things. I've done concept art for DreamWorks Consumer Products on How to Train Your Dragon way back in the day, and Monsters versus Aliens. So I've done a lot of different jobs, and I'm telling you, man, Bosch. I'm trying not to get political in here, but you know it's going to go off if we start talking about that. Yes, yes. Aaron does not like it now. Well, I feel like we can't. I feel like we can't gang up on him. Yeah, Aaron can be difficult sometimes. Yeah, but we love Aaron. Where's John? I don't know, Shane. I don't know where John is. But speaking of John, and speaking of what we're doing here, Black Riding Hood 2. John, do any of you guys want the link? Let me know. It'll probably go sideways because technically I never know how to do this stuff, but I will make it happen somehow if it's possible. Let me know if any of you guys, Dan Lawless, Bosch, if anybody wants the link, I'll put you up here. But for right now, I'm talking about Black Riding Hood 2, of course, the great Black Riding Hood 2. Yes, Shane went to sleep at 10:30. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He probably did. He might be out. Maybe that's someone else. Do it, Jamie. Yeah, I know I should. Let me see. Working, but thanks. Understood, Bosch? No worries, my friend. No worries. Anybody else, just let me know. Dan or Shane, if you want to pop in here. So, yes, Black Riding Hood 2, guys. Drop that link in the description. I know I was saying this before, but I really wanted to see... I love Graveyard Shift. I think I have 50 copies of that book. I mean, I have that book within reaching distance because I was thinking about it. So I've got Graveyard Shift. I've got that up on screen, so you guys can't even see what I'm doing here. I've got Graveyard Shift 1, 2, 3, and 4 probably several times over just to make sure I have these. I do love this aspect of the book. I do love what John is doing with Lovecraft. John and Mark Polton are doing with the Lovecraftian aspect of it and the superhero aspect of the Universal monsters crossed with X-Men. But there's a part of me that really wants to see that kind of gothic, that gothic stylistic in the modern time. And I think that John doing this book is what I want to see. I'd love to drop in, especially if you're talking Gene Colan. All right, I'll take care of that for you, Dan. Hang on a second here. Hang on, brother. Let me turn on, where the hell are all these windows? Interview. Yeah, I'll get that to you, of course, Dan. This week, it's all about getting Dan into the streams, man. I had to get him the link for the launch stream and all that other stuff. So I'm glad I'm not sharing my screen share because I was about to go in and send a link here. Hang on a second. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Blah blah blah. Let's see. Where's it go? Where's my man? Where's Danny boy? That's right. Let me see here. I'm gonna paste this. And then where am I going to find? Hold on a second. I got to try something here. Let me see here. Edit, copy, edit, paste. Okay, I've got that. I'm going to have to see if I can find something real quick here too. Let me close this. This is such a nightmare. Everything about running a TV station. Let me see if I can make this happen. Nope, that's not going to work. If I can't get it to work, I apologize on behalf of the hotel. Let me see here. Nope. Where the hell did I put that? Ah, so annoying. Maybe I don't have it on this computer anymore. That's annoying. Ah, I don't have it. Shiver me timbers. Well, I was hoping I'd have it, but I can't find it. Sorry, guys. I thought I had my Danny Boy intro still around here, guys. Let me see here. Where is it? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Smash that like button. Imagine. Indeed. It's always annoying when I can't find my Dan intro around here somewhere. What in the heck? Okay, I've got that turned on. I've got this. Now I just got to do Black Riding Hood. Where is it? Screen share overlay. There it is. There it is, guys. Check it out. Black Riding Hood. Do I need to make a trailer for this? Like some short trailer? He's a monster. What is up? He's a monster. Was it Yellowman? No, it was House of Pain, man. It was or not House of Pain. It was it House? No, it was why am I blanking on this? Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Used to be what's not now, you balling. Oh shit, what the hell was it? I can't think of it. Someone's gonna fix it. I'm not gonna do it. What's up? He's a monster, and by the way, I love that handle, as you can imagine. Let me see here. Here lies. Oh, okay, got that. Now I just have to figure out an overlay because I'm sure Dan's getting ready. Let me see here. New guest. Where is it? Where's the interview? Bless my soul. Where is it? New camera overlay. Let's do guest. Let's see if this works. Okay, I've got a guest overlay right there. And then I'm going to edit this a little bit, so hopefully this will work. Lord help me. Border width. I don't know what I'm doing there. But yeah. We'll get there one of these days. We're going to get there, guys. It'll happen. All right, gang. So let me get back to the chat here so I can kind of figure this stuff out here. Okay, there we go. Color, square, corner radius. That's what I was trying to get rid of. There we go. Make that bigger too, because I need Dan. I need Dan up in this place. Okay, answer. Now I gotta assign him to this cube if this works. Let's see if I can do it. There he is. Dan, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes, I can. You're looking good, Dan. No comment.
Not super clear.
No, you look good.
Okay.
Is it not clear for you? I mean, it's clear on my end. I don't know if it's broadcasting here, but it looks good.
Do I look great?
You look great. You look beautiful, Dan.
You look marvelous.
You look marvelous, Dan. Marvelous. How you doing, brother? You excited about Black Riding Hood 2? And all of this excitement? You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you wanted John to push it further, make it a little bit more offensive, and John said, listen, Dan, I don't go like that, you know?
So here's the thing, though. I didn't get the first one, so I don't know the story.
Dude, the first one is
I got everything else with John. I got God, like I got all the whatever the what's the don't drink when you're trying to. I'm trying. You gotta fill it in for me, Graveyard
Oh,
shift.
graveyard shift.
Yeah, graveyard shift. Yes, and all the graveyard shift. I was counting on you to like fill it up and go, but then you took a
Yeah, well,
drink.
don't count on me, Dan. My brain is been replaced with Folgers crystals. I don't know what's happening anymore. It's just gone, man. It's gone. Let me say this. This reminds me of the old neighborhood where we lived. Of course, the war-torn streets of Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan.
Yeah, real
Um, real rough time,
rough
but
place. Yeah,
people there did in those neighborhoods seemed to get into Halloween a bit. I remember trick-or-treating was good and there were some good houses with lots of decorations, and it's great to see you carrying that on, Dan.
yeah.
Representing well.
Well, one of those houses was mine. My mom is an artist, and she would do with construction paper. She would do a scene in the front picture window every year. And I just remember
Whoa.
being so excited when I come home, like what, and then anticipating, what did she make this time? Like what did be a
Yeah.
graveyard scene or something, or a witch or
Oh,
something.
man.
And it was just so cool because with construction paper, you're talking about shapes, just
Yeah.
colors, and it's just solid. There's no shading on it any kind, so it's all graphic.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was the coolest thing,
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's let me say this is the thing. I am now certain, now that you're saying this and I'm thinking about this, that if you guys were there and you were within a couple of blocks of my house, I am sure I trick-or-treated at your house. That's even
possibly
scarier.
that
That's
is
even
possible.
scarier if that's true. Because we used to go we used to do a little bit of a run around those neighborhoods. But here's what's so cool, guys. And this is the thing that I'm excited about. Thank you, Bearwolf, for dropping the links to Nosfero, which, by the way, is going to be closing at like hard close. It's closing for print October 31st on Halloween. But there's a house in my neighborhood, and I want to go over and shake these people's hands uh, that just went absolutely nuts for Halloween this year. I mean, it is just like animatronics and all kinds of stuff, and I love that stuff. Bro, like when I was 12, my grandmother wrapped me up in a bedsheet and told me I was a mummy. There you go. Yeah. Oh man. Oh damn. That ground in the ditch. Oh, he's a monster. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Dan is the man, and he did some. Man, Dan, you've done some killer stuff, man. You did a hell of a good Nosfero too, by the way. I loved your Nosfero, but you're working on all sorts of cool stuff right now, as I understand it.
Yeah,
Anything that I
I
might
was
know of?
working on today a cover for Billy Tucci for Ran,
Yeah,
so I'm
Billy
excited
Tucci,
about
man.
that.
I
And
I love
another
that.
project that's coming pretty soon from Comicsgate people. I'm working on it.
Yes.
It's going to be pretty cool. So I
Oh
can't say
yeah.
anything. God darn, I can't say anything. It drives me nuts.
Ah,
You
that's
ever
not the
like
thing.
buy someone a gift, like get some, someone for Christmas? You buy them something, and you just want to bust. You want to tell somebody,
Yep.
and you
Yeah,
can't.
it's tough, man. Joshua Owen says, "What a convenient timing for tuning in. Just finished reading the first Graveyard Shift supplemental. Excellent, man. Very, very cool. Yeah, my first what was my first published Comicsgate piece? I think it was one of two things. It was either in the back, the fan art section of John Malin's one of his visions, the one that had the Kenneth Rocafort snowmobile cover. I think I had a piece in the back of that. And then I think that whichever one came out first, I also did a CYBERFROG trading card for Ethan. So those were my first things. And I think I met you like minutes after all that stuff. I don't know how we met pretty
Well,
soon
you were
into
just
this,
doing a
man.
show like this, and I was in the chat,
Yeah.
and I sort of said, getting to know you, and like a
Yeah.
lot of people, yeah, I think that people who want to get into Comicsgate, it's like you just you just got to get in the chat first. You got to get to know people, and then you put your
Yeah.
art up, and next thing you know, you get an invite to be on a show somewhere and give it a shot,
Yeah.
and or people see you on a show, only smaller shows, and it just kind of build from there. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I did
Well,
it
I
for
mean,
me.
well, this is the thing too. A lot of you guys were in these, and I think this is a good thing for people in Comicsgate to remember. So I had done a lot of concept work. I'd done some comic stuff like the Flash Gordon 75th anniversary, Starship Troopers, a couple of indie books, but I was mainly doing concept art, and I was working, an 18-year career as a professor of illustration. And so I knew nobody in Comicsgate at all. Period. I wasn't a part of the conservative message boards. I wasn't a part of any of that stuff. I came from somewhere completely different. And it's the idea of it being an insular, closed off sort of place is, I hope, something that's shattered to pieces. Because if you come in here and you work hard and you do good work, you got to just show up and you've got to bring it. And a lot of us,
Yeah.
of course, have had professional careers and time to hone our craft. But Dan and I mean, it's like, again, do feel like the universe was trying to, have us meet each other. But that's how it went, man. It's crazy like that. And I just got, sorry, Dan, I'm gonna let you jump in on this.
Well, you know,
After this.
I was you know in the business for 10 years, and then
Yep.
I did like 20 years in storyboards and stuff. So, coming in with 30 years experience, I didn't just say, "Oh, I've got all this experience, let me in." I thought I'm going to prove myself just as do it everywhere, and show them what I can do and
Yeah.
work hard. And that's just it. You can't take anything for granted. You can't feel entitled to anything at all. You have to
Yeah.
you have to do the work and to survive on the merits.
Yeah, you do. And I'm gonna read the super chat here because from Bad Adam, it's good to see you, man, and always love seeing you in the Comics Gate King streams and everywhere else too. $10 from Bad Adam 12. Hey man, do you have any paints that are UV active? It'd be cool to commission a painting for my music room. Oh wow. I don't have any paints that are UV. I think I know what you mean. But
Ultraviolet,
it's, yeah, like
huh?
if they're, I can look into that. Like, yeah, talk to me, man. Talk to me. Although right now I've got one commission I'm wrapping up, but that sounds like an interesting project for me. So yeah, put a pin in that and let me know. That sounds really interesting. And of course, because you sent a super chat, you got to get some cheerleaders because that's what we do here.
Charge! Charge!
There you go. Yeah, I had a.
Shanth, I think people might be making fun of my hair.
Are they
These
making
months.
fun of your hair?
Damn, put the hat on. What?
This is Dan. You need to get
You or me?
one of these blacklight. I got you. Blacklight, excellent. Yeah. I love doing that kind of stuff. Or I like the idea of messing with material and media. So if you look around my room, I just make sure I'm seeing if I've got everything that you can see. Like if there's no, like, do I have paintings of a nude female model here? So if you look at my studio space, you've got my giant 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea poster right there. Great
Mm.
film, concept design by Harper Goff. All my books, Mrs. Enjeti is down there, of course. And then of course all of the paintings and stuff that you know. So it's like, oh man, I love doing interesting things. This is my hang in there cat poster I did, so I'm always up for something interesting, man. It's just a question of time, man. Dan, you got to get, there it is. There he is. Dan, you got to get this. This hat right here is my replica of Quint from Jaws hat with my ET pin on it. So I've got my Quint from Jaws hat, and I love that hat, Dan. Don't go to Salem.
Yeah.
Don't come up here
What
and
do you
go to
think of my
Salem.
SJW hair?
I think it's beautiful, Dan. I think it's beautiful. It makes me want to say Slay Queen. I don't even know why. It makes me want to say Slay Queen. Dan with the Caesar look. Yeah, he is the
Now,
Caesar.
before anyone gets too judgmental, have you seen Dan Brereton's Nocturnals? He's got a character called Gun Witch, has a hat that is a witch hat, and he's a
Yep.
guy. Just so you know, these
Yeah.
aren't universal for ladies.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think what they're commenting on when they talk about it is this phenomenon that's going on that I heard one of my wife's coworkers dropped this bit of slang and I didn't know, had never heard it, spit my drink out. She's like, what's up with all these girls with, and I quote, baby bangs? Like bangs like they're babies. And I went, what the hell? And for some reason, it just cracked me up because, yeah, it's very weird to see women with
Little
those
Lord
that haircut.
Fauntleroy, remember Little Lord
Yeah.
Fauntleroy?
Mhm.
That's what I think of whenever I see her. Prince Valiant, Prince
Mhm.
Valiant haircuts.
I don't know, man. Yes,
Or for the
indeed.
younger crowd, Aquai was the guy from Shrek. What was the villain?
There we go. Yeah. Which guy? Oh yes, Lord Farquaad. Is that what it was?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and he had that haircut
That's
too.
rough. Gay Dr. Seuss hat, says Mikey Gets. They're just trying to help you. It's the I'm going to make myself look worse than I normally do bangs cut. Yes, indeed. It
Yeah,
happens. Yeah, you
yeah.
got to drink the Coca-Cola.
That's the
You
idea.
got to.
Apparently, they want to make themselves so unappealing to men,
Yep.
and because that's sort of
Yeah.
their protest. And it's like, well, you did a good job. It's all, it's working.
Yeah, I've never seen the I've never understood the incentive structure of making yourself look stupid to hurt other people. I think that actually helps them. But you know, there's different kinds.
Well, you know
Richard
how
C.
it is.
Myers supercuts.
Hey, you know how it goes. It's the that they hate their fathers type thing. So
Yeah, I
that's the
think
way they.
so. I think you're absolutely right, man. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this character. Dude, have you drawn this character yet? Out of curiosity,
I've not,
or
but I mean, I don't see a lot to draw. It's a sort of a silhouette shape. So I'd have to find something in it that works for me.
yeah,
John's such a good designer. His
yeah,
like he works with shapes and forms, and he just puts things together really, really well. So
yeah.
my style,
I think
it's just more of a
maybe
basic
you
realism.
know there's something here you could use. I don't know, but I feel like there's something on this cover you could possibly. But again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Dan. It
What's
just
funny about
depends
that
on.
cover is like everyone looks
Yeah,
at the girl, but man, that vampire with the bloody mouth and
it's
the
great,
way
isn't it?
I don't know who colored it, but so you got red, you got the
John.
red. Yeah, oh
John
yeah,
colored it.
John can because John colored your spring ball too, didn't he?
Yeah, I should bring that up only because I
Yes.
am thrilled with the fact
Oh
this.
yeah,
Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know like how nuts this whole thing is John basically told me, he's like, you got to take this character out of retirement. You got to do something with this. And
yeah.
a
It's
lot of
great.
people have been pushing me, but John's the kind of person to where um if he says that, he means it. He's not. It's like, oh man, you should totally do this. And Dan was like, oh my god, this is great. My brother Rocky, two of my brothers, Dan and Rocky, were like, do this, do this. But I knew that John, hated me, had threatened my life several times, so I knew I could trust him.
Yeah.
I said, this is a guy who means it.
Well, he's not a no.
Um,
He's not a guy known for BS. He will tell
he's
you
not.
what he thinks.
But man, did he go to the mat with this? And
Yeah.
he's like, Shanth, I did a this is how John works. He goes, Shanth, I did a spring ball cover for you if you want to use it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why wouldn't I? The only thing I can think to do now is say Eric Winberg sent a super chat of $5. Good on you streaming tonight. Thank you, Eric. Good on all of you guys for the super chats and support and all of this stuff, man. Guys, look, I had a blast on Kings tonight. I love hanging out with these guys, making art, and I was just talking about that with with Mrs. Enjetti earlier today, and I said, you know what's funny is it's nice to hang out with people who are as disciplined about the craft and the time it takes putting things together, and then just being able to have a fucking laugh with people. And
Yeah.
when I see something like that, Eric, it puts a big smile on my face. And this is for you, man. This is for you.
Charge! Charge!
Yeah, and he's a monster. I really do appreciate that. Damn, you can draw very well. All homo. Respect. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Craft
I
and
hear
Jetty.
some
Yeah, I
people
mean,
talking about like oh, their comic skate is not talking. It's too much drama. They're not focusing on the art. For me, I mean, I don't know. It feels like comic skate kings, the Graybeards. We're
yeah,
all about the art, man. That's all we
we
talk.
are.
We talk a lot. Now, some of the drama is just like part of like
Yeah,
defending yourself because it seems like there's all these
yeah,
attacks from everywhere.
yeah,
But
yeah,
and defending crowdfunding too. I mean, crowdfunding is the reason I'm here. I love it. Crowdfunding to me means freedom. Freedom. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
What a
and
great
you know what?
thing.
These guys in the chat, man. You guys, all of you guys in Comics Game, and I'm back in these books too, so I'm in there with you guys, man. It's like this is what makes it great. Like I was looking at before we even get to this, like when I talk about how I love Comics Gate and I love collecting these books, here's Wally Wood's EC stories. And I showed this to John. I'm like, this is the kind of provocative, shocking, bringing people in imagery that Wally Wood and EC Comics used to do. Of course, this is the Marvel version of this stuff, but um, my love for artwork. God, this is never gonna work. I have too many books, but can you really have too many books? My love for art books is this is the kind of stuff I collect. Right, this beautiful book. It's really inexpensive if you haven't gotten it. Marbled end pages, you know, Gustave Doré, and it's one of the first comprehensive books of his artwork. So this is the kind of stuff
That's
that
just
I
like
try
a
to keep.
little fine
Yes,
hand-drawn line. Oh my gosh, it's insane.
like
It's
this stuff
insane.
is absolutely incredible. So when I talk about what's the stuff that excites me and makes me want to make, the work that I make, and why do I when I say I love
Um,
somebody's work and I'm into it, this is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff that I have. This maniac. Bruce Campbell's Chin, what's up? Not enough room to do what I do, make the room and buy more stuff. Absolutely right, man. But it's so like we live for this stuff. This is a beautiful piece, of course. Orlando Furioso, which is one of those great sort of poetic epics that have been illustrated by a lot of people. Beautiful, 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 beautiful stuff, man. This
you
is,
can kind of
what's
you can see
oh god,
looking at this stuff, you can see the influence for Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein, like
Bernie
that.
Wrightson and even Lord of the Rings, man, and that kind of stuff. Like, look at that, the
Sure,
castle up
sure.
there. It's so
What year
good, man.
was Gustave Doré in it?
Oh
What
gosh, now you're gonna make me look it up.
should be in the
Because I
beginning of
don't
the
want to
book.
be wrong. Uh, I mean, I'm wrong every day when I wake up practically, but I don't want to
We
be
sound like art
wronger.
snobs, by the way.
No, we don't. In 1865, Gustave Doré dictated to his mother a list of all the literary works he wanted to illustrate in the world to follow. So, late 1800s, 1900s, and then here's his. Or did he make it into the 1900s? Yep. He died in 1883. So yeah, that was his time. But you look at the stuff this dude was doing. It is incredible.
Yeah.
When you talk about
And
your
you can see the Norman Rockwell influence,
yes,
influence.
man. It's when you talk about the sort of stuff, holy shit. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is what is so unbelievably exciting about this stuff,
I
man.
think you
Come
would call
on.
somebody you call someone like this a genius.
Hail. Yes, you do.
This is genius.
Bruce Saunders, I have some vinyl with his prints from Grimm's that I used to make bags. That's awesome. Yes. Isn't that bad, Adam? Come on, man. Isn't this stuff great? Yeah. So this is the kind of stuff I collect. So I got a couple of books. I got what are the ones I got? I got the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. I got How to Live by Epictetus, the Greek philosopher, and then I also got letters of Seneca. And so I collect books to me. Look at this gothic. See, now when someone asks me, what is it that I see that gets me really excited about Black Riding Hood? And I know that may sound like an insane segue, but it's not an insane segue. It is it's the fact that I get to see that gothic influence of the crosses, of the graveyards, of the silhouetted figure. Do you guys see what I mean? Like when I'm showing this stuff and he's got the cloak, I'm also looking at it from a standpoint of there's the hood, there's the gothic nature of it. There's the cross right there in the cemetery. And then what else did we have? Right there, we've got the angel right there. And then, of course, we go to this one if it works. And there you see the same kind of angel right there in the background, except for it's the Grim Reaper and the angel together. These are the kind of classical forms, those timeless forms that I want to see. And that's what I do in Nosfero. And that there's going to be a lot of that stuff in Springball. And you saw that on Springball's John Malin cover, but there's going to be even more in the books, man. It's so great, man.
Look at the hands John's drawing in here.
Yes.
Now, What's fascinating about these hands is not only are they interesting, construction,
Yeah,
but they serve as design elements. They're
indeed.
thin lines, that sort of spread out and kind of almost like a net, and it kind of holds the picture together. It's like
Yeah.
chain or something. And I've noticed that John's even said lately he likes drawing these thin hands. That's because John is a designer, and
He
everything is
is.
designed for like the shape of those two handles on the guy's back.
Fucking beautiful, man.
Just the way that plays with the cloak and everything. It's fantastic stuff, really.
Yeah,
I
John,
almost feel like I feel like he's getting better. Of course,
he
when you
is.
look back at some of that X-Men stuff, that stuff was fantastic too. I really don't know
Yeah.
where he learned his design from, but he's got a fantastic design sense.
It's a gift, man. It's a natural gift. I mean, John, yes, John, I feel that this is the other crazy thing. And you got to think about where everybody is starting in Comicsgate, but I feel like everybody's getting better. And that's that old, philosophy that people used to say that when you get a bunch of people who are really good at their craft together, they make each other better just by being around each other. There's
Well,
just
look at
this energy that's in that space.
the
Yeah.
Comicsgate Kings thing. It's like you're
Yep.
pushing each other. I came in last today. I don't like being coming in last. I'm gonna
Oh,
freaking
see,
kick it in
yeah,
now.
I don't. It's I got distracted today on today's stream because Mrs. Enjetti made an apple pie and brought me a piece of pie, and I was like, "This is the best day of my life." So even though I didn't, I didn't place very high, I thought, "Oh, this is good." You know this stuff. The kids go off to college, guys.
You
This
had
is
the
possible. Like
apple pie handicap.
the apple pie. No, it was great, man. I will. Oh my god, love apple pie. Damn it,
That's what I'm gonna
wrong
do.
one. Screen
I'm gonna
share.
ship apple pies to everybody on the stream, and then I win.
This is the kind of stuff to where, Dan, when you're talking about your ideas for stories and knights and all of that stuff of old, I'm like, add that some of that gothic grim reaper crazy stuff that you see in here. I think it'd be just a recipe for some. I mean, look at this stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
It's it's like
The
you've
thing is,
got
you can look
this.
at a story. You can look at a picture like that, and right away, there's a bunch of stories. Like how many stories
Yes,
can you make with that image?
Dan, I would
Inspiration.
love to see you do a piece where you do the kind of beautiful stuff you do, but then have that kind of more, these were the times when medieval stuff was happening. This is what you were facing. You know what I mean? Even with all that nobility.
Yeah.
And
There's
there's
that
this
little
this
house
the
there
kind
on
of
that picture. What's
what's to
that?
say?
Is
Sorry.
that little in the previous picture? There's a little like house. What is that?
Yeah, these are
What
just a
is it?
little little
A
chapel in the
chapel?
woods.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, as a big time Hammer horror fan, I mean, I think I may have. I'm not positive, but I probably have at least two. I can't find the second one, but Hammer horror films always within like arm's reach because that's the stuff that sort of fuels me when I'm doing my work. And we were talking about this, obviously, which you were like, man, I want to come on if we're talking about this. Gene Colan, man, what's your? I mean, we're gonna get to this on John's members only stream, so I can't talk too much about Gene Colan before we get on
Yeah.
that stream. But so
First off,
become a
hey,
channel member.
first thing I would say is, uh, one of the few guys who can draw black people right. They're
Yeah,
just it just seems like, most
he did.
people
Yeah,
most artists, they draw a white guy and then it's color him black, black skin.
yeah,
He understood how to construct a face and
he
really have
does.
it give some real character and some real power and real drama. And
Yeah,
you could do that with anybody's face, but it was great.
I mean, I mean, the guy gave us Blade. I can't, like, what am I gonna do? These guys gave us Blade, who's one of my all-time favorite characters. I think it was criminal the idea of even considering not having Snipes come back for Blade. And when he came back in Deadpool, that was awesome. I don't even know where I have it anymore because it's probably all fallen down. But I do
I
have a
don't think I saw the
custom.
latest Deadpool, movie. He's in it?
Deadpool
Blade is in it?
Wolverine has a cameo. Well, actually, he has a bit of a part with Wesley Snipes as an older Blade with like a white goatee and like graying hair, and it still works,
Oh, I
man.
did see it. I don't remember it now. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was great. It was just a little cameo, but for us hardcore Blade fans, man, it was awesome.
Okay.
Have I talked to? I don't know if I. Oh, let me see here. James Hunsinger said, "Shanth, can't remember if I asked. But did you? Oh shoot, hold on a second. Asked before. My glasses just fell. Can't remember if I asked you before, but did you see Danny Boyle's Frankenstein? I have not yet. Should I check it out? I'm always game, James, for checking out any Frankenstein stuff. Colin's
What is
focal length
is
is
that
incredible.
a movie?
Yeah. Yeah, Danny
Okay.
Boyle, who did 28 Days, did The Beach, did Train Spotting. Let me know if I'm missing any other ones. I can't remember. Gotta run. He's a must. Take care, my friend. Yes, absolutely, my friend. Take care. Have a good evening. Only one Blade is, yeah, there's only ever going to be one Blade. Yeah, he is still Blade. He is still Blade. And what's up, Bruce Campbell's chin? Yes, indeed. See, everybody's saying it, man. You guys know. But I'll be back, says he's a monster. Love to hear it. Black Riding Hood 2, guys, make sure you check it out. If I can find, I bet you I can track it down. I'll try, James, I will absolutely try to track that down. Um, but what the heck was I? I was just thinking of something too. We are talking about Blade. Oh, so when we talk about art, we talk about the people that you're around. So my brother is my brother from another mother, Nick, is one of the all-time. He's one of the most incredible tonalist landscape painters you'll ever see. He knows 3D modeling. He's worked in comics. He colored The Shadow with Mike Kaluta. But one of my favorite. Oh, it was a play. Oh man, that's so cool. That was shown in theaters, separate performances. Oh my god, I gotta check that out. Yeah, oh, I've heard of this. Yes. Oh my gosh, just ordered that Gustav book. Excellent, Jeremy Burtz. Hail, and thank you for being a channel member. So, I love this. He said, "For Shanth, you completest you." But this is the hardbound edition of the Weird Tales cover that my brother Nick painted. So this is my brother
Wow.
Nick, and he is just he did Conan covers. He did I think he did a Batman cover for something. I can't remember what it was. He done Star Trek covers for one of the graphic novels. I think Adam Hughes may have done the interiors on, but I'm not positive. He's just an outstanding artist, and he was the guy who really said, "Shanth, I think you need to be a painter. I think you should be painting," and opened that door for me, and really pushed me with my work. And
How many years ago
yeah,
was
I
that?
can't say enough good things. Yeah, he's a great dude, man. Just a fucking
How long
amazing
ago was
dude.
that? How many years ago was that? He
Oh
said that.
boy. When did he start really pushing me? I would say 2008. 2008, 2009 is when he really started pushing me and said, "You got to do stuff with this." And because he said he introduced me to Frazetta, which I never got Frazetta because I can't paint. It's that simple. I see Frank Frazetta and I think, "What am I going to do with this?" Like I can't paint so nice, but does he wear a beret? Like, what do you have to do to paint? I didn't understand it at all. But
Mhm.
then I got into Frazetta's work through the Pillow book because I started to do watercolors, and I love watercolors. And that was like my entryway there. And then all of a sudden, I started working, more intensely, and I just sort of got his stuff. Like, I got I got what I loved about his stuff, which his stuff has a certain kind of like Richard. What I love about Richard Corbin, it's it's got a kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? A raw, sexy, unfiltered quality to it that I want, that I'm about. Like when I paint stuff, like if a female figure is going to be nude in one of my books and with my art books, that's what I do. It's the sexiness, but it's kind of the rawness, and it's also the kind of quirkiness of it. And so between him, Basil Gogos, and like Richard Corbin stuff, that's where I like to get down with the work I'm doing. It's just I like to like Frank stuff. Like, you like Frank Frazetta stuff, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
What's
Frazetta
your favorite
nut.
Frank Frazetta piece? If you had to pick one, what's your favorite?
Well, I probably would be the Frost Giants,
Yep,
but a close second would be
that's a great one.
one with the snake. You know, the and chained the. You know, he's chained
Conan,
as
yeah,
Conan the Usurper, if you know that title, or whatever. But
yeah, yeah,
um, yeah, so he's chained with both arms, and the snake is going between his legs, which
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
think of it, how suggestive that was, but
yeah. So my favorite. Let me just think. What I can
it's
definitely tell you
amazing
what one
actually
of my.
that you think about how
Yeah.
great of a cover that is, and you can't see the guy's face. I mean, to pull
Yes.
that off, to pull off
Yep.
not seeing someone's face, because every editor in the world would say, "We can't see his face. Give me his face." And somehow he made a cover that defied the odds and does
Yeah.
something that's just so freaking cool, you know?
So one of my favorite Frank Frazetta paintings, it's in my top like two or three, is a painting called God Makers, which I can't share on screen. And if you've ever seen that painting, it is the aspect of Frazetta that I go, it's raw, it's sexy, it's got all of that kind of crazy energy to it. And it is just a bunch of entwined figures. It's the kind
Oh,
of thing
that
where you're
one.
like, this, yeah, that one is awesome.
Kind of. I thought it was kind of like looked like hell or something.
No, there's another
Like,
one. That's a different one. With is it not? It's
oh,
not the one with all the figures that are twisted together and whatever. This one's just a really cool, amazing, just balls to the walls kind of piece. And then let me see here. I've got my
there's one. There's
um.
one with a big guy's his hand is outstretched. A bunch of ladies swinging from it.
That's another one. That's good. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find because this is one of my favorite. For oh shoot, I've just got this up here, guys. Back Black Riding Hood 2. Before I click this off, make sure you do this. But Shanth Enjeti art, you could do your own blade in your style in feudal Japan. Oh my god, yeah, that'd be cool. Um, with a Puritan slaying demons. Oh my gosh, call it Malachi the Puritan Samurai. That would be badass. Yeah, I mean, in a way, Nosfero is my vampire hunter, man. Godmakers is people twisted together. Yeah. So this is one of my favorite Frazetta books because it's the rough work book
Oh
that
yeah.
has all of his sketches in it, right? But let me see if I can find. I'm sure there's a yeah, I don't know how much of that book I can even show. But I think that I think there's
Hey,
at least a sketch. Go ahead.
what Beowulf is describing is sounds like what am I thinking of?
Solomon Kane or
Solomon Kane, yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, man. So I
Which I
love
know is your
Solomon
favorite. I
Kane.
know it's one of your favorites. So
Oh, dude, yeah, I've got my Solomon Kane figure next to my Christopher Lee figure next, or sorry, not my Christopher Lee, my Peter Cushing figure next to my Blade, my Trinity of Vampire Hunters. So I love those. Let me
by the
see.
way, about I don't know, about a year ago, I just sent John because John was talking about short stories, doing more short stories, doing more horror stuff,
Yeah,
and I sent him. I don't, he's a bit younger than I am, and I sent him. I said, just on YouTube, I sent him links to Arch Obler's Lights Out, all
yeah,
those old radio programs and stuff, and he was
yeah,
like, "Thanks, Dan," because that's what a great way to
yeah.
start to learn to tell stories is to listen to short stories.
I love
You
this
know,
painting so much. I have a statue of it. That is. Let me see if I can get it over there. Oh, will it let me? Will it let me? I don't know if you can see her with her arms
oh yeah,
raised
yeah, yeah.
right up there, but I do have with my Ray Harryhausen tribute there. There's Peter Cushing. There's Solomon Kane, and Blade has fallen over. I need to get a stand for him. But yeah,
Mhm.
so this is sorry for any motion sickness there. So this right here is that is exactly Solomon Kane, says Beowulf. So that's one
Yeah.
of my favorites. And then let me see if there's I mean, I have so many I love, but the two I like. Oh yeah, here's a this is just a glimpse for people to understand the composition really quickly. That's all I'm gonna leave you
That's the one
with.
I was talking about. Yeah, I was talking about
Yeah,
that.
okay, so that was what it wasn't hell, Dan. It was passion, man. It was crazy. There's
Okay.
one that's like actually hell. Which of course is the one with the demon, Reign of no, it wasn't Reign of Wizardry, was it? Oh, maybe it was. That
Yeah,
was
with the
absolutely
big giant
crazy.
demon and some ladies kind of
Yes, and
following.
then all the people going on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that
exactly
one you
like
just
Solomon
showed
Kane, yeah.
the one you just showed briefly, I think that, Ellie, Frazetta didn't really like that one. She
Yeah,
was a little
she didn't
disturbed
like.
by it.
I've been listening to a lot of the Doc Dave commentary on Frazetta, and I'm learning a lot about those two, the fighting Frazettas.
Apparently, they were
Yeah.
not a smooth sailing couple there.
No, man. Yeah, that was the that's the whole myth thing that I think people like Frazetta not using reference, which I was like, come on, man. Like
Oh, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
that's like a fantasy. He's good. He can paint stuff, but he was painting from paintings for sure. And I
Yeah,
mean, he's
as a matter of fact,
yeah.
if you look at one of the Conan paintings, the one where it's a pile of
Yeah,
bodies,
it's the Jerome figures in it
and
with the
there's
Jean
a
Leon
figure.
Jerome painted
There's a
figures.
figure.
Yeah,
The funny thing is, I like all the figures except for this one that's in front, and that's
yeah.
the one he copied. It's like
Here's the thing,
you know.
man. I could copy that figure too, and I still wouldn't be Frank Frazetta. That's what's so funny about like when people say this person uses photo reference. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people use photo reference. There's one Norman Rockwell. Deal with it.
Hey,
you know these.
I know who used photo reference was Gene Colan.
Yeah,
Gene Colan, though, he used it in such a wonderful way. I mean, it looks realistic,
Hale.
but it's so dynamic. so
Yep.
so fluid. Everything is just
Yep. Yeah. I love Frazetta, man. What do you, I don't know what to, here's the thing. Coming up in I just wasn't getting exposed to a lot of art. It's just that simple. I was just drawing, I was looking at comic books, that's all I kind of had. So it would have been ludicrous for me as a kid to think about painting. Like that's so outside of my scope. I'm using micron pigmas trying to figure things out. And so when I got to the point to where, I was started doing portraits and things like that. Actually, Dan, hold it down. I'm gonna grab a portrait that I have close by. Hopefully I can get it. Hang on.
well, let's see what's going on here. You got a new subscriber.
Hell yeah, man. These guys are awesome. This is a portrait I did of T.E. Lawrence based on a photograph that was black and white of him taken on the day that he went into Damascus, and then a painting which gave the color of him, and I invented the rest as best as I could. So this is the kind of stuff that if you had told me I was going to do shit like this when I was trying to draw like Todd McFarlane, I would have thought you were out of your damn mind. I mean, it would be, I would have been so incredulous at the idea of that. And it was like, when I got the Harry Potter trading cards and I got to do some like border design work and stuff like that. It's never stuff you thought you were going to do. And Comicscape makes that stuff, it makes that stuff possible, man. Thank you so much, Ruth. I appreciate it, man. And Bruce Campbell's Chin, thank you. And thank you, Marion Smeets, by the way. I do appreciate all of you guys being here. Do subscribe to the channel. It's always great to see that stuff, that stuff move and go up. And back Nosfero if you haven't yet, because when it goes to print, that book is such a labor of love. It is a very aspirational storytelling, and it's very touching. And I wanted to bring both the depth and the scale of Lovecraft to it, but also raise the scale of the power of faith in books and the power of faith to turn back evil, which is sort of where my whole give nihilism no quarter comes from. That's my ethos, and that's how I kind of feel about it.
And I appreciate the color usage. I appreciate. I mean, just you're also an amazing designer in your painterly way. So it's like
I know you can appreciate this because that's the great thing about getting older, right? When your kids are adults and you go out to the world. I haven't got to the really fun part, which to me is grandkids. That's the super fun part. But it's yeah, when your kids get older and you look at this kind of stuff, you look at your life and you go, who would have thought I would be here? Comicsgate is um Comicsgate is one of
it's
those
freedom.
places where it's freedom, but it's like here's a panel that I don't know I could do in the mainstream. As crazy as that
you
is.
used to be able to, but not anymore.
Yes, you did. There's a reason why this panel in this story has no words, no nothing in it. It's just a very sort of delicate painting. I just wanted to make it be, I don't know, give him a moment of rest for you to think about what this dude is about. That to me
Right.
was that was it, man. That was the whole joy of doing this book, is the fact that I can do anything I want to do with regards to the Lovecraft aspect of it. But Hammer Horror had this beautiful, even Solomon Kane, right? It's like Solomon Kane takes people down. It's still Ari Howard, but he is like a Christian warrior, man. He is going out there and he's a Puritan badass, man.
Oh yeah,
And I love it.
like,
yeah. The Blue Flame of Vengeance,
and
man. I go to bed listening to that short story all the time. That and Lovecraft, man. Give you some strange dreams. That's
speaking
for
of like old radio stories, do you ever hear of the one, the X-1 stories? The X-,
No,
I mentioned the Art Troublers Lights Out Everybody, which anyone can look up on YouTube and stuff. They're all great. There was another one. There was a sci-fi one called X-1. Anyways, I was listening to a story the other day called a Gun for Dinosaur, and it's about going back in time and hunting the dinosaur. And it's a short story, and it's just great. It's just, the character actors are fantastic. They're wonderful. It's a lot of fun.
It is, man, and it's. I think all I really want when I'm it's crazy, man. It's like, again, we were talking about your kids get older, you every time your kids hit a new phase, but also especially when they leave the nest, you kind of sort of look at things, and I wake up every single day so grateful however these meandering roads go that we sort of all met here in Comicsgate. And
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
incredibly grateful for it, man, because you look for those same artists you would have hung out with when you were younger, but with the skills you developed over decades and decades and decades of
Yeah,
building your
it's
craft.
cool being a yeah, mastering your
Yeah,
craft is a different
it's
experience, you know?
yeah, and so we all just kind of sit around and laugh, man, and we do this because there's a lot of people who are skilled who are just so pretentious and so belligerent, and they can't enjoy this stuff. And we have a laugh while we do this stuff, and these guys all like are here for us, backing these books and supporting us, man.
Yeah,
I love it,
yeah.
you know.
But, the thing
And
is it's painful process learn to be an artist, but
yeah,
once you get good at it, then it starts to get fun. So it's kinda like, at first, every single one of your drawings are kind of stinkers, and then you
yeah,
do one that's not a stinker, and then you do 2 that's not a stinker, and over time, 20, 30, 40 years, like, I mean, 40 years for me now, uh, you don't do that many stinkers anymore, it's kinda cool, that
yeah,
process, but that's when it gets fun. It gets more fun as you go, the better you get, because
yeah,
then once you
absolutely.
don't have to worry about, "Oh, I have to, I learn my anatomy," it's all memorized, then you can just have fun. Then you can let your creative, freedom flow out of you, so that's really
Yeah.
fun.
And Doctor, speaking of people I didn't know before I got into Comicsgate, Cecil's another person. So I don't know if you know this, but I did both of the Cecil zoom in on the glasses animation for his intro, the Cope Files intro, and the trailer for Cash Grab 2. So Cecil's another one of these guys that I've met
Hey,
here, and
bring
I
bring
just
up
I'm
it
always
people or if it's a Cecil raid, bring up Cecil's campaign, the
yeah, let
cash
me
grab.
do that. Actually, let me do. Oh, do I have it in here still? Hang on a minute. Let me just see if I have. I probably don't. Hang on
I
a
can look
second.
it
I
up
just want to
too if
see
you
if.
want.
No, I can get it. It's not a problem. I just was hoping I had already loaded in here. Oh no, I do have it. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. I
Tank
got it.
Fair
I just
says,
want to.
"Without bad art,
Yeah,
I have no branding."
yeah.
That's a positive way of looking at it.
Here we go. Let me see if I can
Well, he
make.
did a really nice
It
piece
didn't
the other
even
day. I
work.
saw that.
Yeah, hold on a second. I thought I had it here. One second. One second. Hopefully, it's not missing. It's a thing here. Let me do this and see if this works. Hopefully,
Mortably
it's
just put
here. I mean, it sounds like America to me, Dan. I don't know
oh,
how it
it's a
sounds
great
to you.
trailer. It's a
And
great trailer.
beautiful artwork by the one and only Dan Flawless Lawless. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true. You know.
I'm actually really
Uh,
proud of that Trump cover. And
yeah,
not only artistically, but, financially, it has added when that cover went on, I think it added like 25 grand to his campaign.
better have.
So that was
It better have.
that's a cool thing because I never had that kind of influence on a campaign before. But everybody,
Dude,
it just hit everybody in a funny way that was like, and by the way, for people in the chat who don't know, that Trump cover was created on John Malin's show, like,
it
by
was.
the chat. Everybody was I mean, I had a rough sketch, and then everyone just started throwing in ideas and stuff like that, and Cecil was throwing in
Yep.
ideas, and it was so much
Yep.
fun to see this whole thing come together with everybody, brainstorming on it, and you got a cover created by Comicsgate, the people in it. It's
Yep.
so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, and chat, thank you guys all for being here, man. I will say this too is you guys are the lifeblood of this stuff, man. So when I read things like, it's like, I think my favorite Marvel vamp story was in the 80s with Doctor Strange teamed up with Blade to fight Dracula, and they ended up destroying all vampires on Earth. There you go. Beowulf saying, imagine if Sun Tzu was a Puritan. That would be Malachi the Puritan Samurai. I freaking love this stuff, guys. And yeah, so Cecil and I,
The art of war mixed with the art
yeah,
of war mixed with Christian Puritanism. That'd be wild.
yeah, it'd be absolutely wild. It's because it's about the imagination, man. And yeah, it's exactly. Bad Adam 12 says, I remember that you were editing your drawing live for us, and I love that, man. Like that's what you get here, man. Comicsgate is just, well, it's comics great, as some have said. And I think that when Dan did his cover for Cash Grab, there, and I know your history. There's just a Norman Rockwell level or sensibility to this drawing. Just it feels, everything's
Yes,
classical.
classic illustration.
The composition is beautiful, and just the way your likeness, might I add. No, not of Trump. I actually didn't know that was Trump. Cecil, you nailed. That's, I mean, I don't know if he posed for that, with his shirt
How do you
off,
like
but
that chest there?
it feels right. It feels right. I mean, I was looking at
It's
this
so
going, is
bad.
this supposed to be Cecil? I don't know. But then I came here, Dan, and that's
Yeah.
when it came together. No, it's a great Trump. His build is spot on. Again, thank you
Yeah,
to him for
that's Trump
posing
pod
for
there.
you. I mean, you
Yeah,
can't
I
say it any
really do
fairer than that. You can't say
appreciate
it any
that.
fairer than that. It's a beautiful thing, Dan. But you got, there's a quality to Norman Rockwell that a lot of people do not grasp, which is he was a cartoonist and he did cartoons on the side of some of his
Mhm,
sketches,
mhm.
but the way that he did acting on his characters was completely informed with the cartoonist
Yeah,
sensibility for realism.
yeah.
Like he pushed the figures. They were not just photo reference projected. I mean, he had a
No,
projector,
no.
he used photo reference, but he pushed everything.
He
He did
exaggerated
his
them.
thing. Yep. Yep.
I wonder if I could. I have. I don't know if I still have it, but I one time I took a picture of from from the book and stuff, and it showed how the model that he was using, this football player, his
Yeah.
his calf was the normal size of a calf, like about
Yep.
this size to your face maybe, but in the picture he made it the size of the guy's head,
Mhm.
and like that, people don't realize he was exaggerating these figures. He was making them
Yeah.
big and strong, and or small and slight. He was exaggerating all this stuff using the
Yep.
reference, which was extraordinary.
I'm live still. Know that, people. Let me see here. I want to see if I just want to double check and make sure. Okay, good, good, good. I was just double checking to make sure. I know everybody is working right now, and so Bosch, if you're out there, man, keep on working, keep on trucking. And Shane, same thing. I just want to make sure nobody was like, "Hey, man, can you send me the link?" And I missed it. Um, but yeah, guys. I mean, seeing Cecil's cash grab, I'm very grateful to Fund My Comics again. Listen, we're always working like crazy. So let's go back here to Cecil's cash grab for a minute and let's talk even more about what we do here in this space. This is Fund My Comic. I didn't know these guys. I knew they were starting out this whole Fund My Comic thing, and I was grateful for them for what they were doing. So I reached out to them because I was doing, look at all this stuff, man, that Fund My Comic is got going
Hey,
on.
there's one of my illustrations there.
Wait, which one would
Fembat.
that be? I can't even spot it. Can you tell me what the title is, Dan?
Yeah,
I
that's
can't.
that's Fembat.
Fembat. I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
that's
I don't know.
Brad from Apex Comics.
Apex Comics, indeed. Yeah, he's a regular. He's always in the chat and great stuff. And of course, a bootylicious cover by the great Dan Lawless.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
now here's a good example. This is what's great about Comicsgate. Brett's not a professional artist. You can see but he's got what attracted to me to this, to do a cover for him was a great character, a great idea. This
Yep.
woman, bitten by a vampire, and she's Christian and she really wants to resist it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun, so I was drawn to that. But just to me, you need a good character, a good name. Fembat is a fantastic name, and now
Yeah,
all
it
of a
is.
sudden I'm interested in it because people contact me and say, "Dan, can you do a cover for me?" Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
or they'll say just, what's your rate? And I'm like, that's not the right question. The question is, you got to sell me. I
What's
don't just
your
do any
yeah.
cover. I want to know
Yeah.
what's it about. Why do I want to do this cover? What, get me excited by it, kind of thing.
Yep.
Sell
Hail
me
Darren.
to do something.
Back to Fembat. Love to hear it, Darren. Nice.
Yeah,
Good to
thanks,
hear.
man. So
Yeah,
let me know
Fembat's
how it
outstanding.
is. And
So the thing for me when I look at this kind of stuff is, let me see here. Oh, going all the way. Sorry for any
see,
motion sickness.
I mean, it's beginner kind of art inside, and it's fun, and it's you're helping someone grow and build their maybe the next time he gets enough funds, he can hire a
Yeah.
professional artist, but he's got a great start. And that's what's
Yep.
Comicsgate is good for a couple things. One for helping the pros deliver great comics to people with total artistic freedom. But then the other side of it is some of the amateur guys who are trying to get their get their feet off the get the plane off the ground, and there's funds for them too. And so it's just that you got to look for the guy. But you have to realize that as a supporter of Comicsgate, you have a responsibility to look for people who you think might be responsible and will deliver. Because that's part of being responsible.
That's a huge part of it, man. And that was the thing too. We all try to work together. So I actually did a redesign for the Fund My Comic logo, because these guys are very, very important what they're doing. They're a line of defense for Cecil, for anybody who gets pushed off of platforms. And they really take people and they really give them a place to go and take their work. And so this is how all this stuff comes together. People say like, oh, why do you do this stuff or why do you do that stuff? I did a trailer for a woman who is doing I think it's a GoFundMe to buy land. She's a gal in Mississippi, to buy land for rehabilitating and reintroducing into the wild orphaned beavers in Mississippi. And I did a trailer for her and to help her fund her GoFundMe. She's like, what? Like, how did you hear about me? She's like, do I have to pay you for this? And I'm like, what's up, Tammy D? Good to see you, girl. And Sir Boomer, let me just acknowledge this amazing super chat here. $5 from Sir Boomer. Show some examples of Rockwell and similar cartoon stuff. My grandma had prints of his Saturday Evening Post covers all over the house. Interesting. Yeah, I should try to find my Rockwell book here, because I know I have one in here. Let me see if I can track it down. Otherwise, I'd have to grab images, and it's always a nightmare. But yes, and the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockton, Massachusetts, or Stockbridge, sorry, not Stockton, Stockbridge, Massachusetts, is near here. And it's great. So let me do this. I'm going to unshare this and see if I can get to the Rockwell Museum page, because it's worth a
I have a folder if you'd like me to.
I would, but I don't trust this this program. It's been, it's been kind of weird with it. I need to do a dry run with you on this stuff, man. You know what I mean? It's like in terms of sharing stuff.
I can't share pictures. I can't just.
I feel like you can. I'm only worried if there's some audio thing happening and I get an echo off of you. That's the only thing I have yet to figure out.
You want to
try?
give
it a shot. Yeah, let's try it. Why not?
Hang on a second.
Why not?
Let me bring up. Let me open up the file.
Let me see here. So I have a screen share. There we go. And then I can switch you onto this, because Ecamm has got some really great features. Tammy, it's always great to see you, channel member. And Mike likes tacos, channel member. I got to get you in the dang. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Who's gifting these things out? Hail Random. Did Random come in here like a wrecking ball and start gifting memberships? He did. Random McRanderson gifted 5 Shanth Enjeti memberships. Dude, you're a legend, man. Thank you so much, man. And Machinoid's got one. Story Collector's got one. I love it when a plan comes together. By the way, 7 Amens Before Sundown. Check that out as well. Jimmy the Lumberjack got one.
I got a couple pieces in that,
Okay, I'll get to that in a second, but let me get this first. Cheerleaders all.
Charge! Charge!
All right, Danny boy, I need to get your intro on my.
I'm looking at those. I'm looking at those cheerleaders like, oh, they're kind of hot. Then I realize, they're about 40 years younger than me. That's
No,
a little
actually, that could be an
creepy.
old GIF. They could be way older. You never know. It's like
Doesn't matter.
it's
Doesn't matter.
yeah, I know, dude. Here's the thing, man. It's
I'm saying
like
the older you get, the more creepy it gets.
well, sure, yeah. I think especially once your kids get into their 20s, that kind of does affect you a little bit as a human being. But it's like it's always a funny thing because everybody seems so young to me now. What's up, Mighty Geek Studios? How you doing, man? Let me see here. Night chat, take care, Mikey. It's good to see you here, man. Let me see here. Long as they're at least 21, says Bearwolf. There you go. Let me see. Where's the Let me see here. Yeah, you need your cheerleaders, Tammy. You know that. We got to get Tammy our cheerleaders. That's how it goes. Wait, did you send me a super chat or something I missed? Because I'm gonna be annoyed if I missed it in my aging state. Gotta double check because you never know with Tammy. All right, good. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Tammy, if I did, let me know. Do you have
By
something
the
to
way, have
share? You
you heard
do.
of Ko-fi?
Say what? No,
Have
who's
you
that? What?
have you heard of Ko-fi?
For which thing?
It's a platform that people can put chats in. Katie
Oh, nice.
uses it, and they don't take any
Cool.
cut. And you
Wow.
can still get notification when you're online, and so she'll read a super chat, but it goes through this Ko-fi, and there's no cut, no 30% takeaway
Let me
from it.
see. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure this thing out without it being worse than. Oh wait, let me do a source overlays. Let's go to guest down. What is it called? Is it called?
So it's not just a simple thing of sharing that window then?
It's like I just have to build it. So it's like let me do new screen share overlay. So I've got a new one there, and then let me see if I can edit this and get it to work. Google Chrome entire application. No. Or is it? Okay, hang on a second here. I gotta try this thing. Let me close this out. Oh, that didn't work. Don't want to do that. Let
Now,
me go
Glass Machine
to.
has a suggestion. You could
Uh
do a
huh.
dual stream to Rumble and have the strippers instead of cheerleaders.
Well, listen. We will take that under advisement. I mean, we're not animals here. Let me see here. Dan Lawless's screen. There it is. So I'm slowly figuring it out. So yeah, speaking
Yeah,
of, let me just make this a better screen aspect ratio here. Or is it cropped on yours? No, it's not cropped on yours. Let me fix this.
it's
Hang on a second.
fine. It's good
You
enough. You
sure?
can see it. Yeah, yeah, I
Okay,
can
all
see it
right,
fine.
fair enough. Okay, well, make it a little bigger here. There you go. So yeah, here's the Norman Rockwell, as we were talking about, the great Norman Rockwell, guys.
Yeah.
I know how Dan thinks. There you go. You know what I'm talking about, Rotex Hippie.
How guys think.
Yeah. Yeah, again, man, look at that.
Not alone
He
here.
he did a great Ichabod Crane too, which is of course Sleepy Hollow's one of my Legend of
Oh
Sleepy
yeah.
Hollow is one of my favorite books of all time. Absolute favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if I have it in here.
I mean
Let's
that his
see.
Ichabod Crane is it's up there with Arthur Rackham's, which I have the Sleepy Hollow leather bound with Arthur Rackham illustrations in it. So good,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that book. That's just a great story. If you've never listened to the audiobook of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, do yourself a favor, man, and check it out. Oh man, that's very Wyathy, man. That's
It
crazy.
is, isn't it? Yeah.
Very Wyathy with the clouds, man. Wow.
Yes, it's
Outstanding.
he did great Santas too. Fantastic Santas.
Oh, you might be right.
There,
Probably is.
there's a good Halloween. Hey.
Yeah, man.
This is the Halloween I knew when I was a kid. Just jack-o'-lanterns, spooky colors, kind of fun, black cats, and
I love that,
and
dude.
and it wasn't so gory. I don't like as much. The Halloween of today with the psycho killers and stuff. So
Yeah. I
a little
listen,
more
go back to
a
that
little
one
more
just for a
innocent.
second. That's and by the way, this is the other aspect of it too, man. Is that when you talk about brainstorming stuff and what you want to do with a comic book, there's there's something about it's this is going to sound maybe very out there, but there's something about Gustave Doré and Norman Rockwell that seems to be a vibe, just that a merging of two different aspects because you love acting. One of the best compliments I ever got from from an editor reviewing my work is they said you've got a little bit of a Kevin Maguire thing going on, and I went, well, fuck. Like if I could only, because he had the best acting, but you have fantastic acting in your faces, man. I love it, and that's what I think of when I look at Rockwell. Beautiful, beautiful stuff,
Yep.
dude.
Storytelling. It's all
Yeah.
storytelling. Let's see, where was it?
Hey, man, that is a 2-hour plus pumpkin. Rotex, if it is.
What a great image this one is. Hey, look at she's
It's
just looking
great.
out at this party below, and it's not.
Yep.
It's so loose down there. It's just like,
Yeah.
and that's perfect because it's kind of like a commotion. It gives you the sense of commotion and
Yeah.
fun. And
Stay
she's just
upstairs.
bumming out because she wants to be there so bad.
I know it. It's so good, man.
She's got to go to bed.
Here's the thing about Rockwell, guys. One of the few times I've not one of the few, but definitely when I see artwork, it's an incredibly moving experience. Going to the Norman Rockwell Museum that is right by where his studio was in Stockbridge, you see those originals, you cannot believe they were made by human hands. They're that iconic. They're that skilled.
When
I
I
mean, the
saw
Four
this,
Freedoms.
when I saw a traveling exhibit of Rockwell, and oh my gosh, it was actually an emotional experience, which is unusual for I think to me but I was just like so blown away by the story, and because when you see an actual oil painting in real life, and it's incredible.
It is, yeah. And by the way, Beowulf, big time shout out for watched Werewolf of London 2 nights ago. I really love that movie. I absolutely love that movie. It's sort of the beginning of the Wolverine, hairstyle, coming into prominence, and it's also there's something about the idea of the picking the flower on the mountain in the Himalayas and how that affects you, and then making the potion. And I mean, that movie is a wild movie. And one of the early, though Jack Pierce didn't get to do everything he wanted to do with it, one of those early masterpieces. Yeah. Yeah. Rockwell and Leyendecker stuff is always casually going to blow a mind. Yeah. Well, here's the thing that's interesting about Rockwell and Leyendecker, which is hipster fine arts people were like, well, J.C. Leyendecker was, Rockwell's, which he didn't, stole everything from J.C. Leyendecker, and Rockwell famously cut Leyendecker out of his life because he was the American straight man who hated this gay J.C. Leyendecker man, and all this bullshit they make up about people. Norman Rockwell was so J.C. Leyendecker was this fabulously rich, skilled illustrator who happened to be gay. Shocker, and he threw all these parties and spent himself broke. And when he died, there were only 3 people at his funeral. One of them was Norman Rockwell, and Norman Rockwell paid for it. Do not let them fucking throw greats like Norman Rockwell under the fucking bus. Period. I fucking hate that shit. Fuck them for saying that. He respected the dude. We respect each other based on fucking craft that they will never fucking understand. Sorry, go ahead, Dan. That just pisses me off. Yeah, fuck these people. Can't stand it. But it's because that's not how we are.
Adam 12 said Kevin Maguire is the reason that got him into comics.
Wow. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah,
I love
Kevin Maguire
that,
did have great just sort of a cartoony, but sort of a realism. There was storytelling that was really fun and funny.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. Pretty good.
That's
stuff.
A beautiful fish. What a catch!
Yeah, this is so politically incorrect, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, it's so funny, man. About when you talk about dying penniless, man. Here's what it is, man. The dude spent his freaking money. But here's the thing. He entertained everybody. He had huge parties at his place. But when the party stops, people aren't there anymore. That's the problem. That is the problem that we run into. It's like everybody wants to, what is it? What's that famous quote? Let me move this because I got an extra window I don't need here. Everybody wants to be, everyone will be with you when you are in the limousine, but friends will ride with you on the bus. I don't know if you recall that old saying, but it's very true. Nobody wanted to ride with this dude when he was taking the bus, and that's fucking terrible. It's just, come on, man. Sorry, let me fix all this shit I'm fucking up here. Sorry, Dan. It's like a disaster.
I'm going to get my bar of soap,
Yeah, I know. I mean, what can you do, really? Let me see here. I'm going to turn this off. Oh my God, this is just a disaster. There we go. I'm figuring myself out slowly. But look at this. This is some cool stuff, man. Yeah, fake friends, dude. Totally fake friends. Yeah, they just want to be there when things are going well, and they don't care. Yeah, Bill Finger. Yeah, I watched his documentary and legit got sad. I'm normally hard-hearted, but DC really fucked him over. Yeah, well, I think his kids are getting. I'm hoping they're getting something
Yeah,
monetarily there because I think they sorted it, and I know that. Here's one that really blew my mind, man. Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. Amen. Something that really blew my mind is the relative poverty that the three actors in the Blair Witch Project, who actually did camera work, acting, improv for the script, all of that stuff, were totally screwed over, and they finally made them whole after all these years. They because people love them and they go, what do you mean you're working as a substitute teacher at a public school doing this, and you were in this movie, and you and your family are nice, and it's like that's what's great about fans, man. Fans will have your fucking back regardless of what the industry does, and people still love Kirby. We owe that man so much. It was great that they made things
yeah.
right with his
This
estate.
is another
But
reason
yeah,
probably one of the greatest aspects about
yep,
crowdfunding and in Comicsgate is keeping your own IP. I mean, that's huge. It's like, how are we going to attract talented people into comics if they don't have incentives?
yeah,
We got to
yeah,
you got to be able to keep your character,
yeah,
and because nobody wants to be the next Jack Kirby, where you go,
yep,
you make these incredible characters, and you see them on the screen years later, they're making millions and billions, and you don't have anything for your family,
yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
you should be able to keep your creations, and so this is what crowdfunding allows. It's
Eh,
fantastic.
Yeah, and it's funny too because I know I was talking about this before, but I was reading some of the letters, the Seneca's letters, and what was crazy is it was talking about friends, and it said far too often people you know people sort of form friendships and then they start to judge the nature of the friendships, and for me, I think the thing that was interesting is he was saying, how important it is to get to know people over time, and then you get to see what they do, and then friendship is something that's a level of attainment. And there was a really beautiful quote when he says, when you're speaking to a friend, it should be as if you're entertaining ideas with yourself. Like there's this trust there, there's this this quality to it, and
Yeah,
there's a lot more things that people in Comicsgate, Ethan, I can think of in particular, John Malin, Shane as well, who've done stuff for me that nobody's seen, man. Like that, they were just kind, reaching out and doing, we got to know each other over time and all of that kind of stuff. But it was just, I don't even know how to explain that. Like John Malin's like, here's a cover for Springball, but that's the tip of the iceberg in terms of just the if you the more time. I think John had just finished a stream with me where he was talking about how you can't trust anybody, and he's done helping people, and he can't trust all of this crap that's going on. And then the stream ended. I was like, well, hey John, how you doing? He goes, hey, listen, do you want me to launch Spring Ball for you? And I went, part of me was like, have you learned nothing? But the other part of me was like, fuck yeah, man. Hold on, I'm gonna hide this for a second, because if we're talking about the man,
yeah, leave that up.
uh
Yeah,
I gotta call this up real quick. But yes, the people kept going to Burkittsville to see the place. Yeah, and finally, they hated it at first. And what? Just don't go and steal signs places. What's up, Soul Curial? How are you doing? It's good to see you. Stallone, who owns 0% of Rocky, said Hollywood, they don't stab you in the back, they stab you in the heart. It's absolutely true. Speaking of Bill Finger, says a man called Plush. I wonder if Pulp Fiction's the Black Bat's glove fins had any function before Batman adopted them. You're absolutely right. Let's see here. Bruce Campbell's chin. Disney is doing that he's doing the Stan Lee AI thing. I know, that's fucking weird. And Beowulf says I liked Blair Witch 2 more than the
I
first
thought that
film
was
because the
cool,
first film was
actually.
so overhyped. Yeah.
I thought that
Go
was
ahead. Sorry.
cool with the hologram of him. That was kind of funky, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Stanley. I mean, I think that he would like that sort of thing because that's what he was. He was all
Stan.
about flamboyancy and
Yeah.
trying to just promote and he was a large in life character. Why not keep him alive like that? I think it's fun.
You can't. Yeah, you can't. But you can't. For me anyway, you can't take Stan Lee out of the equation. I think that there was a period we went through where, because of the Kirby stuff and because, of the original art and everything like that, where um they were they were kind of putting it down, and they were sort of like putting Stan down, and he was kind of on the receiving end of that. But he was such a champion. In a lot of ways, I think Todd McFarlane has that, and obviously he was good friends with Stan. He has that energy where he actually loves comics, even though he has no reason to keep loving comics. He's got enough money. Like, what's he need to do this for? He loves comics, man. I haven't seen the AI Stan Lee. I think I might avoid it. Oh, yeah. Let the man rest,
Randomson.
says Bear Wolf. I fucking love that, man. Let the man rest. I know, that's what I'm thinking for John, man. Let rest.
Randomson says Stan Lee thing is like the raping his ghost. I don't think it is. Here's the thing: is we know Stan Lee, or we know of him and all that kind of stuff, but this new generation, they don't. So it's kind of it's kind of cool that they're going to be able to just experience some of that kind of Stan Lee-isms. I think it's fun,
Yeah.
but I also I the people who say that, I
It's-
also say okay, like I don't
yeah.
it is weird. I have to say it is weird.
It's what's funny is I think there's an element of it where obviously, as you can probably guess from the ET pin on my hat and the Quint from Jaws hat. Steven Spielberg was one of my heroes growing up because I was a kid of the late 70s and early 80s, and I loved sharks. I loved Jaws. I was obsessed with Jaws. I went to Universal Studios and saw Jaws come out of the water. It's one of my favorite movies. I went to Cape Cod for my 25th wedding anniversary, and I got to see all this Jaws stuff there. So, absolutely, absolutely love that stuff. And so I got a chance to see Jaws not only on the big screen for the first time, but on the very big screen. And it was we saw it on IMAX screen. And I see this man, God bless him, this 70 something year old man who was a child prodigy director, and he's like goes, "Hello. Welcome everybody to the Jaws special screening." And it's like, it's what I love about Stan. It makes me nostalgic. He goes, "When they told me we were going to release Jaws for its 50th anniversary, I said to them, we're going to need a bigger screen." Wait for applause. And it was this cute old guy who's like, and I teared up. I was like, "Oh, that son of a bitch." He's that cute guy. And there's that love for Stan Lee. There's that love for Stan Lee where we're so grateful to him for what he gave us, that we kind of just we're that torn. Like, we want to see references to these people. We don't want them to vanish from memory. And there's different ways of doing it, but I definitely feel that for somebody quoted in the chat. Please let me know who you were. I'm sorry I missed it. But
Oh, Chizulu Sama says something that's absolutely right.
where is it?
He says
Let me get it.
he says Lawless will change his tune when AI Stan says trans women are women.
Yes, that is
That could
very
kill it.
true.
That would be
Yeah.
that'd be like, hey, I like this Stan Lee hologram. Trans women are
Yeah.
women. Like,
It's inevitable.
destroy
It's
it, smash it
inevitable.
up.
Hail Hong Kong Fooey, and hail Matthew Marcelo, ancient spirits of what evil transformed and decayed. What decayed? Oh, there you go. Mumra, oh my gosh, man. The ever living. Yeah. You guys are killing me. So yeah, like, so for me, I'm a major fan of all of these artists and these creators who do this brilliant work. They inform what I do. They inspire what I do. So when I sit down and I think about, I don't know, I wake up every day being kind of grateful for all of the artists who've come before and done this incredible stuff. And I've spent a great deal of time trying to figure out how I can do things um to push back on the revisionist history of all of these incredible artists. Like, I'm working on um an approach to telling the HP Lovecraft story. And is Shane in here? Where is Shane? Where is Shane
I
Davis?
haven't seen him.
As it said, he was in here earlier, but I think he's working. He's
Hmm.
working. You gotta. That's the thing about Shane. He's the busiest man in show business. You know,
Well,
he's
he's got a little girl. I mean, that'll keep you real
dude.
busy.
Do you remember those? Yeah, that's an Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, I got you. I got you. That's I don't know if he is. Yeah, Mortal V doesn't know. Um, shit. What were you just saying, Dan? I totally blanked. Go ahead.
I said, if you got a little girl like he does, that'll keep you
Yeah. Oh,
really
yes.
busy.
That's what I
You
was
know,
gonna ask you.
any moment is,
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's
That's
funny.
the thing too. I get tired thinking about being back there. I am seriously.
I
I'm too old
know.
for that, man.
I
You
know.
know,
It's a
like
lot of
I
work.
see
It's a
that.
lot of work.
It's a lot of work, man.
It's a young man's game.
It's a young man's game, and as I frequently say, yeah, my daughter's. Here's the thing about being a dad: your daughter's tears are your kryptonite, man. It's rough. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
when my daughter called me from college because you know there was some insane stuff like happening, like I can't even get into it. But anyway, and she was just basically she's like, I kind of need you to be a dad because this is getting out of hand. And I was like, yeah, man. It's like you feel like that instant need. But the worst stuff is when they call you and they don't get out what's wrong. They're just crying. And it turns out to be something like really simple, and you're like, don't do that. Don't ever do that again, man. Do not do that, man. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Marlith,
Motorview's got a good point.
2005.
Shane, don't
Yep.
you don't have time to be a father. You got to
Yeah, you
launch
don't
the
have time to
envelope.
be. Here's the crazy thing about this. So John, thank you, John, by the way, launched the Spring Ball campaign, which was really really great. But Shane told me he couldn't launch it because he was taking his daughter to the zoo, and I like who does that? I thought I was your boy. Oh, that sounds kind of racist when I say it that way. Let me try that again. Yes, Saul Curialt is there's concern, you know, there's concern. Shane is I can't even read that as being kicking John's working his ass. By the way, that was an exciting turn. It's all happening. Yeah, wow, what a dick, says Glass Machine. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
terrible,
really.
isn't it? It's terrible. Yeah, I mean, being a father is just one of the like it changes the way. I guess that was a big thing that was great about seeing yeah, he can't afford to lose another phone. That story was so insane. I can't believe that was real, although I know it was real because it was so insane. The coolest thing for me lately is when I went back and watched Jaws. When I watched it when I was younger, I loved the shark. And I kind of identified with the kids, but I didn't really understand because I was very young what it was like to be, you know, Chief Brody, played by an actor who was 53, Quint, played by an actor in his 40s, and of course, I think Richard Dreyfuss was like, what, 27? When he did that. I
Wow.
know Spielberg was 27 when he directed it, for God's sake. But
Wow.
those things really affect you more. Um, and, you know, you just, when you watch Quint do his thing, when you watch all of these people, you know, do their thing as, you know, as performers. Like when I wrote that sequence in Nosfero where you find out how Greylock gets his name, which is that and I don't sorry if this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's I think I need to talk story sometimes every now and again with people so they get it. Like how much we're invested in this. Nosfero is a boy. He has the ability to regenerate, to heal. So vampires use him to drain his blood. He has a bunch of other interesting powers as well that he gets as a result of something else that happens. But they're draining his blood, and there's this other person who's in prison there who's the werewolf Greylock, or what he calls Greylock. And he meets him and he calls him Greylock, and the werewolf is like, "Why are you calling me this name?" And he goes, "Well, when I was chained up and I felt completely alone, I looked over to where you were being held, and all I could see was a gray lock of your hair. And I said, one day, if God, you know, saves me, I hope that we can escape this and we can be together." And Greylock becomes his adoptive father. And there was something beautiful about the idea of when you're suffering, thinking about and concerning yourself with the suffering of another in a way that helps you endure better. You know, where you concern yourself with the pain of somebody else in a way that it kind of helps you to survive and lift your pain because you
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
reason. And
And
they
and
were
some of
both
that is
doing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and some of that is the idea is you have something to live for to actually help. When you're
Yes.
focused on yourself, sometimes you can get into yourself. But when you focus on trying to help somebody else out, obviously you can
Yeah.
you draw more strength because it's pure, you know.
Yeah. It's pure and it's a crazy thing. 2005. I sincerely hope not. I think he's feeling it. Yeah. Yeah, Mange does need a Sherpa sidekick. I actually couldn't believe he didn't know what a Sherpa was. I still haven't come up with voluptuous vinyl, man. I know that is probably got the sexy element to it, but I can see the record, so I feel good. We got if you haven't got it yet, so I have the Battle Brick Road vinyl record, which I frickin' love. I collect vinyl. Vinyl has gotten better and better and better and better. The new record players are insane. Like the sound is so good on current day record players. And I
Mm.
just ordered the soundtrack for Dark Universe by Danny Elfman, and then I recently got I've got all of our favorite music on record, Everly Brothers, all that kind of stuff. But I just got this Disney Halloween record that was released, I think, in the late 70s, early 80s that I
Oh,
listened
that's
to
the
when I
one
was a
I
kid.
had.
You had that? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can grab it, Dan. I'm going to get up and you hold them
Is it the
down
one
while I
with the
try to do.
is it the one with the I don't know if you can still hear me. The one with the
I can.
old, mansion, the house, and then it
Let's
has some
see. I wonder
gravestones
if I
in
can find
front.
it. Where is
Yeah, that thing was really, really great. And it had some silly stories on it too. That was really funny though. Some,
Yeah,
weird stories.
it was reprinted for Record Store Day, free Record Store Day. Let me see if I can hide this so we can see it. Um, this right here, the
Okay,
new Walt.
that is I'm sure it's the same stuff, but that's not the image. I'll have to find it. See if I can
Let me
find it.
see here. So this was Walt Disney Studios' chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house, night creatures, haunted house, the dungeon, witches, encounter in the fog, mad scientist laboratory, the elements. This was such a fun record. Look at the crazy painting here. Disneyland Records. Yeah, see, you guys know. I think my older brother Christopher had that record as
I
well.
remember I remember that
This
one
was
too,
childhood, man.
but there was another Disney one, and
Yeah. I mean, this is the stuff I love, man. I've got, you know what you can get at Universal, the Dark Universe now that I got? You can get the NECA figures painted like Basil Gogos. So this is the Basil Gogos Frankenstein, and they printed the figure to have Basil Gogos painted style. Shit's amazing these days, man. If you love art, there's never been a better time.
okay, I'm sharing you the cover, the one that
Nice.
I had.
Oh, I
It's
see.
so
No, this is the one. Yep. This is they just changed the design of it. It's the
yeah,
same
right,
one.
exactly. This
Yeah.
is
Hold on.
it's
Let me
all Disney and stuff,
shiver me timbers. I have
and
it here
it
somewhere.
was. I mean, it looks like just a gouache
Boom.
painting, doesn't it?
Isn't it great?
What do you think? It's probably just gouache. I'm thinking gouache.
Eh. Oh yeah. What did I say? I said Frankenstein. That was Dracula. That's how late it is, man. Oh my God. Yes. It's yeah. NECA, please. Says Mortal V. Yeah. NECA's doing some crazy stuff. So are Four Horsemen. But yeah, this is the stuff, right? That this is the stuff we grew up on. Like there's a nod for me anyway. There's a nod to Haunted Mansion on the cover of Nosfero. If you look at the cover of Nosfero, that's the top of the greenhouse in the Haunted Mansion in Orlando, Florida. That's the architecture of the Haunted Mansion because
Oh,
I'm a huge fan of Mark Davis, who did so many of the illustrations of the stuff for Haunted Mansion. Hang on a second. I'll give you a sense of what my life is like real quick because now I've got the camera tipped that way. Where is it?
all right.
Hello,
So for
Haunted.
people who don't know, that this album that we're looking at there, with the Disney one, had just sound effects on one side, but on the other side, they took those sound effects and they had short stories, which were really, really stupid, but they were a lot of fun to listen
They were
to.
great.
Especially this one where this guy is cutting down a tree, and, and he's sitting on
Yep.
the branch itself, and just it's so stupid. He eventually falls.
Yeah,
Or
it's
there's one
it's
with
the
with,
stuff.
with
So
the aliens, and
sorry
that's
guys.
fun too. You can probably find it on YouTube.
Mark Davis, who designed stuff for the classic Disney animated films, but he also designed the theme park rides, okay? So, Mark Davis, if you want a book that explains to you animation moving the figure, people photographed all of his chalkboard drawings and then they inverted them. And this has got one of the best it's got some of the best like, god dang, look at this guy's stuff, man. I mean, he was such a legend, but he just went over so many basic things about where's the weight stuff. There's his college stuff. But I want to see if I can find his did I pass it? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I just have to show his lion pen and ink sketches for heaven's sake. I mean, ugh,
Wow.
that stuff is so good. But he did all this I don't know how much of this I can show, but he did all this weight stuff, like where the weight's balanced with a figure, how someone gets up out of a chair from different positions.
Wow.
One of my favorites was see if it's here. There's the weight one, but there was one with these are the Muybridge inspired, photos, but this was one I loved, and it was how a deer gets up and where its weight tips
Oh
when
my.
it's getting up. How outstanding is this stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Incredible.
guy is a legend. But in addition to all of that incredible stuff, I mean, I could go through all the theme park stuff he did, Big Thunder Mountain, Enchanted Tiki Room, Pirates of the Caribbean. He did all that stuff, which was incredible. Look, this is all his pirate stuff. Freaking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this guy. Just beautiful stuff. But he also did, I think it was the first or second half. Oh yeah, here's that famous sequence which you guys know from the movie, but if you've been to Disney World ever, you know it. You know it well. But he did so much of the Haunted Mansion stuff. So this is a lot of the stuff that we grew up on. He did all the paintings of the changing portraits that
Wow.
the stretching portraits were all his actual
There's
paintings.
a dining room. Oh, he
Look at this
designed all
stuff, man. Look at
that.
this. This guy was the definition of something else. He was something else. Look at this stuff. Yeah, animators are another breed, Random McGranderson. You're 100% right. Yeah, 100% right. These guys are great, man. These guys are great. And it's that's another myth that always makes me laugh. People are like going, "Yes, but he was married, but what about his wife during this time? Men didn't allow their wives to have careers and blah blah blah." No. She's also a Disney legend. She was a fashion illustrator. She had incredible skill and she designed all of the costumes for It's a Small World and did so much Disney work. These are her drawings and paintings.
Hmm. Very nice.
Yeah, they also raised a family. These guys were machines. And so there she is working at the theme park on Mary Blair's designs and changing them into costumes. So yeah, she's she knew her stuff. She was good, man. We do need an image of Shane Davis getting up for accuracy. But what I was
You
going to
want you
say
want to
is
hear a
so
bit of this haunted house? I pulled it up here
hold,
if you want to
I
if you
don't want
could
to get
share it.
struck, man. They might copy Disney, man. They'll
Really?
copyright claim me more. Yes, they totally will. They cause trouble.
Okay.
So look at this. It's got this spooky cloud pattern in it. This
Oh
mist.
wow.
So they're
Yeah, mine
making
was just
some
regular
really
album.
cool records. Well, this was for Record Store Day. This was a re-release they did recently.
Mm,
So this is brand new and a heavy, heavy vinyl. So great stuff, man. Yeah, I don't want to mess with Disney, man. Disney is obnoxious. I'm
okay.
looking to do some more documentary type stuff, and it's frustrating because you got to make sure you kind of have to like be prepared for the claims, even though it's being done for educational purposes, and you know how it goes.
How
I don't
much
have to
stuff
tell
do you
you
got
that.
in your collection there? It
What
seems
do you
like you
mean?
got pretty much everything. You got
If
every
somebody
book
brings
that
something up, I am in Jamie mode. If somebody brings something up, I probably have it. Like I always have stuff. Like this is a small room, but when people bring up artists or things like that, I usually have a book. If I can't
yeah.
get to it, then it's or if I don't have it, it's rare or I've given it away to somebody, which happens. Like someone was talking about Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy games, and what's his name, Amano. I've got like the 3-volume Final Fantasy Amano books over there, and then I've also got a book on the art of Amano. Like I've got all this stuff, man. Uh, I don't know how to describe it, man. It's like it's important to have as much, for me anyway. I have the stuff I need, and the stuff that inspires me. Like how do I put it? There's a lot of comic skate stuff that I have here, and I'm a serious book collector. Like I like to have stuff around me that's beautiful, and that went into the making of Nosfero, and that goes into the backing of books like Black Riding Hood too. Like that's for me, that's where it's at, and
Yeah, I
so
tell you,
I
this
try
is
to
such
keep
a
stuff.
it's such a
Go
better
ahead.
way to make comics where you take
Yeah,
more time to do something really good. Really, we're
yeah,
just it's a miracle that we got the decent comics that we did when you think about it, the way
yes,
it was
it is a
churned out
miracle.
on a monthly scale, a monthly
Yeah,
pace. I mean, if it wasn't, because actually, you look at some of these people like Walt Simonson and that sort of thing, they had to simplify their styles. They
yeah,
probably could have done even more decorative, more beautiful work if they had the
absolutely.
time. So, I mean, it's a give and takes. I like some of the ways that they were churning this stuff out. It made it kind
Yeah,
of cool. You had a great volume of stories and stuff, but
yeah,
I like this new way of doing things where
I
you
do
could take
too.
the time to do, because we got so many comics out there now. We
We
don't
do.
really need more comics. We need great comics, and that's what I want to
We
see.
do.
That's why this is actually to me uncharted territory.
It
This
is
whole new
uncharted.
crowdfunding way because it's different, but you got to convince people to commission the artist. That's what it comes down to. Just like it's old fashioned way of creating art,
Yeah.
commission an artist to create a great work.
Does,
Find
the
somebody
chat can feel
talented.
free to weigh in on this, but does anybody think it's hard to figure out you should hire Dan Lawless? Is there anybody still struggling with that? It's not like, what is it, that line from Miller's Crossing? Well, I'm right here. I'm not made of glass. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing. Dan is here. We're living in a world where Dan is present. You know what I mean? Incentivize this stuff and people will work for you. And Comicsgate is where you get to have it. For me, Comicsgate is a great secret I like sharing with people who get it. Not people who want to come in here and bring the same SJW
Yeah.
bullshit and backroom gossipy shit. I don't do any of that shit. And I've been here since 2018. It's like I've been here for a long fucking time. And this is the crazy thing about it, man. It's like, look at this shit. You guys make this. God dang it. By the way, look at the screen and look at John Malin's beautiful book. Back Black Riding Hood, folks. Back this book. It is absolutely. I'm so excited
Yeah.
about this book.
This
It's
one pushes the
moving.
envelope.
Beautiful.
It
There we go.
it it pushes
76719.
It pushes the envelope. This is the John
It
whenever you get a
does.
John Mellon story, it's kinda
Yes.
like you're kind of excited about it, but you're also kinda a little afraid of it, like, because you're not
Yeah.
sure exactly what he's gonna give you because he doesn't pull punches, and it's just like, it's gonna be extreme.
Hail
It's I mean,
random.
and John purposely does that. He purposely is making things that are gonna test you a little bit.
I
It's
want that.
it's like that
That's right.
remember that, Never Ending Story where the guy says, "Those books are
Yep.
safe. This one's not
Yep.
safe." That's a John
This
Malin book.
one
It's
isn't.
not safe,
John does what I want to see in comics. One of the first books I bought was Tim Vigil's Grips, written by Chris Silver. It was not a wild bit of writing. The lettering was typed out on a computer and cut into boxes and pasted on it. But what I loved about that book was it did things a superhero book wouldn't do. And it did, like, it was a superhero character, but there was a sense that it was a little bit edgy. It was a little bit dangerous. When I did Nosfero, I'm like, this book is going to have some beautifully tasteful breasts in it. This is going to be Frazetta and a fanny or two. It's going to be what I love about Frazetta, what I love about those comic books. And in fact, when you look at the cover of this book, the composition is a nod to Tim Vigil's Grips #1, which is, I don't know how many people pick up that obscure reference, but that was the thing I wanted to do with this book because I loved the idea that I could make something that was like what I love about Hammer horror film. And there was blood, there was a little bit of blood, there was a little bit of or there was a lot of blood in Hammer, there was sex in Hammer, but what there was interesting is good always triumphed over evil. as Peter Cushing said. Good always triumphed over evil, and it did have that element. And so that's the stuff that guides what I do, and I am so grateful. Um, I am just so grateful for you guys, man. And seeing the guy who launched Spring Ball and got us to 5 figures on the first day, got me to 5 figures, me and my family to 5 figures on the first day, to see him crush it on launch day. That stuff, if that doesn't put a smile on your face, I do not know
Yeah.
what does. Well said, man. Well said.
Well, I think what's
Yeah.
happening too in Comicsgate now is the people who are really here to serve the consumer are still here. And the people
Yes.
who are here to serve themselves, that has become
Yeah.
apparent, you know, and it's starting to reveal themselves.
Yeah.
Because they hate, because then how they reveal themselves is by hating the professionals, people who are good at what they're doing. They're saying, "Where's my? I can't get my comic. I can't get the attention I want." It's like they're focused on the wrong thing. You should be focused on the reader, the consumer. You want to give. You should be serving them. You should be thinking, we want to get the best artists we can here in CG to serve
Yeah.
the needs of the consumer. Great comics. Put ego aside. Put your selfish desires aside. Focus on the people reading these books and give them
Yeah.
something really good.
I don't see it's crazy too, man. And I want to just say thank you, Random. I really do appreciate this. So Random Rick Anderson said I bought Nosfero after seeing that sample page with the all the tentacles. The design was so cool. It was so well executed and painted. How could I not buy it? Thank you, Random, for that so much, man. And I know the page you're talking about. It was a fun page to do because I wanted to play with the idea of like what's vertical. So here are these small characters. There's a door, and then you go into this crazy, kaiju-esque Lovecraftian world, which was so fun. And I gotta say, as far as attitude goes and stuff like that, I'm not I'm not against a good beatdown, but holy shit, man, I am pro a really great one. And J.K. Rowling slapped down Emma Watson so hard for the first time ever about her attacking J.K. Rowling. And listen, I haven't read the Harry Potter books. I 100% admire her imagination. My kids went to Universal. They flipped out over the world she created, and she was basically like
I love the
this
books.
bish, you know, and took her down. Did you
I
see that? It was just today, man. It was, whew,
oh, I
man. She
have
went
to see
after it.
that. I have to see
Hail
that.
JD
Yeah.
Kirby. Yeah, I mean, it's let me see here. What have I got, Sharon? Okay, I got nothing, Sharon, right now. So let me see if I can find that, because there's like there are little glimpses of wonderful beauty in there. But it was hell, I don't even know if I'll be able to find it. But it was pretty good. Because now that Emma Watson was backtracking, listen, I don't follow these people. I got to be honest with you. I'm aware of J.K. Rowling, her work, and every now and again she says something I
Yeah.
find. But it was Emma
I
Watson and her
wasn't thrilled
coast.
when she
Yeah,
made I wasn't thrilled when she made Dumbledore gay. That was kind of
I mean,
disappointing.
again, like this is
'Cause it was
for
almost like it
after.
was in retrospect. It was almost like it was
Yeah,
retroactively done. Like, wait a
I
minute,
just have to say though, this is some beautiful shit. She goes, when you've known people since they were 10 years old, it's hard to shake a certain protectiveness. Until quite recently, I had managed to throw off the memory of children who needed to be gently coaxed through their dialogue in a big scary film studio. And so, for the past few years, I've repeatedly declined invitations from journalists to comment on Emma specifically, most notably on the witch trials of J.K. Rowling. Ironically, I
Yeah.
told the producers that I didn't want her to be hounded as a result of anything I said. The television presenter in the attached clip highlights Emma's all witches speech, and in truth, that was a turning point for me. But it had a postscript that hurt far more than the speech itself. Emma asks someone to pass on a handwritten note from her to me, which contained the single sentence, "I'm so sorry for what you're going through." She has my phone number in parentheses. This was back when the death, I can't even repeat those words, torture and all that other threats were going on for her. I just can't read that. It makes me fucking furious. Um, and here's where she goes all in. Like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. She'll never
Oh,
need a
she
homeless
doesn't know
shelter.
she doesn't know.
Yes, right. She'll never need a homeless shelter. She's never going to be placed on a mixed sex public hospital ward. I'd be astounded if she's been in a high street changing room since childhood. Her public bathroom is a single occupancy and comes with a security man standing guard outside the door.
Yep.
Has she had to strip off in a newly mixed sex changing room at a council-run swimming pool? Is she ever likely to need a state-run rape crisis center? I hate saying that word so much. That refuses to guarantee all female services. To find herself sharing a prison cell with a male ward identified into a woman's prison. Yes, it's fucking
Yeah, like
bare
Cecil.
knuckle. Go fuck yourself. Cecil is probably one of the only creators in Comicsgate who's addressing this. J.K. Rowling is late to the party as far as I'm
saying in
concerned.
Cash Grab, Cecil goes.
Yeah, oh, I know. Listen,
So
we'll burn
Emma
that
Watson
bridge
will
when we
never have
come
to
to
be
it, Dan.
Emma Watson will never have to experience being in a prison with
What Cecil had to go through, yeah. Yeah, she did, and it was good to see somebody fucking check this bish, because she basically was like, I made these guys have the careers that they have, and all they had to do was not, treat me like utter garbage, but they couldn't do it, could they? They
Well,
couldn't get it
she's
done.
in the left wing liberal echo chamber. It's like there's no
Yes. Yeah, she
the
broke it.
wine and cheese crowd, as Rush Limbaugh used to call them.
Yeah. The whining with the WHINE cheese crowd, let's
Yeah.
be clear, just so everybody's aware. But yeah, she's pissed, and she should be pissed. And I look at that sort of stuff and I just go, yeah, and she does. But like, let's put all this stuff aside. And Random, you're absolutely right about that. This is, and JD Kirby, it's great to see you, man. Yeah, agreed.
Pretty much spoiled brat.
Yeah, pretty much indeed. So here's what happened. So I went, I took my family. We don't take a lot of vacations. We can't afford a lot of vacations. It's just one of those things. I'm not complaining. I was born in the land of the free. I won the lottery. Okay, I won the fucking lottery. But we went to Universal because I wanted to take my kids on the ET ride, because that was like a dream of mine as a parent. They were turning 19 soon. I finally got that done. They were about to go off to college because they're twins. And so I go down there, and one of their favorite things was they wanted to go to that Harry Potter place. But we were sitting inside of this place called the Leaky Cauldron. That's, I guess, in her books. And
Yes.
my wife looks over at me because she can appreciate this kind of thing. And she says to me, she goes, a person's imagination came up with this whole place that we're in, this whole section of this place.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it's like for somebody to sit in a restaurant based on something they wrote in a book? And I said, it's incredible, man. You've got to
I can
give
imagine.
respect, man.
Yeah, it's probably a whole heck of a lot of fun, isn't it? I
Fuck
can
yeah.
imagine.
It is, man. And it's and for me, I think about that with Stan Lee. I think about that with Jack Kirby. I think about that stuff with all these timeless works that have influenced us. I mean, how many times have these comics or these movies, and like there's a line, God rest him, that Peter David wrote in Hulk that I still remember. It was a fight between Betty and Hulk. Great Hulk was talking to her. And she said, "You said you'd listen to me." And he goes, "I lied. I did that sometimes." And then she finally breaks down and she says to him, she's like, saying in her mind, "No, you swore you wouldn't." She goes, "I'm pregnant and I know you don't care. Just go. I always fucking lose." And she just starts sobbing, and Hulk picks her up and she goes, "I thought you said you didn't have any tears left." And she goes, "I lied. I do that sometimes." It's fucking beautiful. It's just fucking beautiful, man. And I those memories of, the thing about a shark is, Chief, it's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. Like that's the shit that makes culture happen. And that's what I love when I'm writing. That's what I'm always thinking about, man. It's good shit.
Hey, Shanth, I'm getting kind of wiped out.
I am too, man. We got to wrap this up. It's 3:25. Dan, stick around for a second, man. Stick around for a second. My channel credits are gonna be all fucked up because I haven't had a chance to update them. I didn't anticipate on streaming, but guys, get out there and Black Riding Hood, tongue twister.
Yeah,
Black Riding Hood, and Black it as well.
I think Mandy got twisted with that too. Like,
dude,
someone was trying to say it.
I need to get hooked on phonics. Yeah. Back Black Riding Hood. Nosfero the Crypt Walker is in its last. I'm so excited, guys. We're closing it down for good, so I can go to print. The second printing of this has a brand new cover. The second printing also has the sneak peeks into the world of the next Nosfero. Death Will Die, and introduces a new
Ooh, that's
hero.
good.
That's the Golem
Those
meets.
colors,
There's.
man.
I'm having so much fun, man. And this is going to be one of the images that you can get as a print, and that you can get as well. It's going to be a glimpse of it in the back of the oxidized edition, man. This is going to be some great stuff if you missed it. Thank you, Comicsgate.
You know,
Thank you,
your
Comicsgate
art
Kings.
is your art is like great for like wall posters. You know, I mean,
Dude.
it doesn't. It fits in with today's sort of modern decor where you have the dark frames and you know, nice solid designs. But it's that retro feel people love.
Yeah, man.
It has a retro feel. It's really
Dude,
cool.
thank you, Dan. I'm working on taking compliments. I have a condition that I'm
We
getting
all
help
have
with.
that. It's good.
Thank you, Dan.
You know
That
why?
means a lot coming from you, man.
You know why that's good is because if you let yourself get puffed up, then you won't want to. We all are worst critics, because we want to get better, and we don't want to be too puffed up because then you're like, oh, okay, I
Dude,
don't,
and you know what it
there's
is?
nowhere to go.
It's also it's the thing about it is it's like you've got backers in the chat, and it means so much to hear people who really are supporting your book and investing money into it, because we put so much time in it. But it's also your peers here, and artists that are your friends and you work with, like yourself, and that just makes all of the difference, man. And I got a super chat here. Thank you so much, Travis. Travis Perrick. I almost wanted to say Patrick every time I see this. Travis Perrick. I appreciate $2 super chat from Travis. Sean with Alex Jones is back on YouTube. Wait, what a second. What are we platforming people with variety of opinions? Always nice to hear.
Yay!
Always nice to hear that's happening. And congratulations to him. And thank you, Travis Perrick. I appreciate that so much, guys. And thank you, Bearwolf, for dropping the link. I'm glad you're a mod now. I don't know how that happened. I thought I had you as a mod already. Guys, let me play, if I may, some cheerleaders for Travis. Thank you, Travis. That's what happened.
Charge! Charge!
There you go. Guys, thank you for being here from the heart of Lovecraft. And thank you, Dan, for being here. And thank you to John Malin for all of his support. Guys, get out there and back Black Riding Hood. It is a dynamite book. It's what I love about Comicsgate, which is no
Yeah.
holds barred. Get in there and enjoy it. I
Yeah,
appreciate
it's
you
been
guys
too
so much.
long.
Yeah, it
It's been too
has
long
been
since
too long, Dan. What are we
I've been on
doing?
the show because we just you and I, we start talking about art. It's like just can't stop.
Until it's our bedtime. Essentially, right?
Exactly.
Until it's our
We're
bedtime.
exhausted.
Yes, indeed. So, guys, thank you so much. From the heart of Lovecraft Country, the birthplace of American religious liberty, my name is SHANTH ENJETI. You've been watching SHANTH ENJETI Art. Stay gold, speak easy, keep the faith, and peace be with you guys, because that's actually what SHANTH means. It means peace. So take care, guys. I will see you guys very, very soon. Give nihilism no quarter. And here are the credits with the channel members' names in them. Sorry, I have not had a chance to update them yet, but I will be back. Black Riding Hood 2, back it. It's awesome. Thank you so much, channel members. Thank you, all of you guys. Hail and God bless you all. We will see you soon. And Dan, I'll see you in a second. All right, guys.
Sure.